back. Yeah, crazy technical difficulties, guys. We're gonna launch right back into it, and these guys are gonna talk while I fix some background stuff.
Hey, so Matt, you need your turn to talk about Jey Uso and Jimmy.
Yeah, so I think this one's going to be a really big toss up because I could see both these guys winning, honestly. But I think the momentum behind Jey Uso is really leaning me towards him. But at the same time, it's so hard to choose one definitive answer. But if I had to choose one of them, I'd I think I might go Jay here because I could definitely see a bloodline crumble,
Yeah,
and we could you never know. Solo might Solo is probably just going to stick with Roman because we've seen that he's been Roman's bitch this whole time.
well, he's
But
next in line.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Somebody when I was on here by myself a minute ago, they somebody made a comment in the made a post in the comments that he thinks that Solo will turn on Roman and that's Roman or that Solo, Jimmy, and Jay will go form a new bloodline.
Oh,
I,
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool. I don't see that happening just because you got to have a main eventer if you're gonna do something like that. And while he is main event Jey Uso, um, you need I think you need a Rock or a Roman to lead it.
Yeah, I could also see a split off and just make like a tribal court type of thing, like how they did with the match.
Yeah,
I could see the maybe
I,
even Sammy and KO getting back involved. Like they were a huge part of that storyline towards the end of it.
yeah. I mean,
I
fact,
wouldn't say towards the end of it. I would say up to a certain point last year, then they were no longer a part of it because
yeah.
Sammy
After
KO
Well,
Wrestle,
was done.
yeah, after WrestleMania last year, they kind of fell off and went and did their own thing. And
Yeah,
now
but I mean, also
we're getting
again,
to see.
Rikishi.
Yeah,
There's a lot of rumors about Rikishi. Rikishi's even said some shit that alludes to his possible appearance during this match. And
that
he's
would be sick.
bloodline,
Fuck
so even
yeah,
more reason for him to be
yeah,
there.
he'll do it again for The Rock.
Yeah.
I did it for the Rock.
I think he just shows up and slaps his kids around a little bit and says, "What the fuck is your problem?" And
I could
solves it.
definitely, I could definitely see that happening. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be what I call the dad match, where the dad shows up and puts the fucking kids in their place, and they shake hands when it's over.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
like I said,
also
I can see him getting back together after it's over, depending on what the storyline is going forward with the bloodline. I don't see Jay joining the bloodline again though.
oh
me either.
no,
No,
Um,
he's done with that.
yeah, he's got his own thing going. I think his solo run and it's going okay
yeah,
so
he's
far.
very over right now.
Yeah,
I mean, I say keep him solo.
yeah, yeah. Keep him solo unless the brothers get their shit together, and I want to see some Uso action because I love,
Yeah,
they're one of my favorite tag teams. Honestly, I absolutely, it's a treat to fucking watch them, dude. I
oh
mean, they're
yeah,
twins, so you would expect them to be in sync, but the way they wrestle together, man, is it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it is, and just like well, you see that Jay is getting pushed like heavily right now, like he's getting his main event status. But Jimmy and all of this is just getting left in the dirt. Like let's be honest, we don't really see any Jimmy matches. All we
No,
see is him just interfering with Jay right now. So we still have 1 week left, one show left until WrestleMania. So I mean, Jimmy could get a match there.
he could be, but they're dogging him right now, which is why AJ left because the Usos just got turned
yeah.
into guard dogs, man. Even Solo got more than the Usos got, just straight up.
And we
Yeah, that's
get
very true.
and this Friday we got Jay versus Solo in
Yep.
what's probably the main event of SmackDown.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
I feel like there was a missed opportunity here. The Red Solo Cup song should have been fucking Solo's like entrance music. I feel like there could have been something there.
That's when Solo finally turns face.
Okay,
Yeah,
Red Solo Cup. Yeah,
you got to have the fun song when the guy's face.
that's true. And he needs a Red Solo like cup like helmet to come out with. I
Hey,
feel like good branding.
hey, his colors are black and red for the bloodline.
Yep. See, I mean, it makes sense here. So, all right, we all pretty much agreed, Jay, on that one. Back to the ladder match, because that's where we were. You had just given your pick before we realized we had to rewind and give our predictions, Steven.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, like I said, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are going to win the SmackDown, and the Raw one I think it's a toss up. I think it could be DIY, and then they go into a feud with Imperium, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser, which I would like to see. I'd like to see an Imperium title run, in all honesty. But I could also see Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne win the belts too. Because they put on that great match with Judgment Day back in Australia.
Yeah.
Well, that
And
was another excellent match.
I mean, any of these guys could actually win. I mean, Truth and Miz could win it. Give Truth.
Yeah, and because there can be two tags, we should probably either decide whether one tag's going to win it all or if it's actually going to split. Like I think it's going to split.
Yeah,
Like
I
you said
definitely
earlier,
think it's going to split
Yeah,
too.
man.
I think it needs to split, and this is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to say right now that one of the new tag team champs coming out on top is going to be the Awesome Truth, and here's why. Miz hasn't had a belt for a bit. Love him or hate him, dude is a fucking pretty damn good. He's a specific kind of heel, but he's a damn good heel. He draws a lot of attention, whether it's good or bad. And again, he hasn't had a belt for a bit. And R-Truth, man, there's a huge R-Truth movement these days to get him. He's got a record in WWE for the most title reigns because of the 24/7. But like, we need to give him a belt. He comes in with a comedy, but he's a fucking actually a hell of a wrestler.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a former NWA champion for a reason.
Oh yeah. I also see the Awesome Truth pulling this out too with the Raw actually no SmackDown, because I think that they're gonna keep going with the Judgment Day storyline there, because they keep pushing.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about Judgment Day then.
Yeah,
you're right. There's a lot.
Like I said, I still think they're breaking up the Judgment Day. I think honestly, I'm starting to think Dominic's a better fit with Phantasma.
Yeah, I for what I've seen, he's been doing a really good job with Legata.
He really has, and he's been relegated to just the bitch for a while now.
Oh yeah.
And he's not really done anything important except for lose or win because of mommy, and that's been it. There's no on his own.
And they've kind of pushed them away from each other lately. Like Rhea's been coming out by herself a lot.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a strong push to remove her because she stands on her own. Like they don't come down and help her. You know what I mean? Like she does. She's the only one out of the whole group that does shit on their own. So, and then, man, Finn is just—he's not the Finn he used to be.
He's dying. Like, I love Finn. He's an awesome wrestler, but Judgment Day is really killing his whole character arc.
Yeah, it's been going on. It's been going on long enough. I like the Judgment Day when it first came out last year when they were doing their thing. It was still fun. They were the heels to fight, but you guys good?
I think so. Yeah.
I think Raz is frozen up again. There he goes. Make me nervous there, Raz. You're muted.
Was it both of us or just me?
I think it was just you.
I think it's just you. You froze and got me nervous again.
That scared me a little bit, to be honest with you, because our internet's getting wonky because I still had internet down here in the basement wired, but wired and the upper floor stopped working and Wi-Fi stopped working.
Oh,
so that was weird earlier too, man. I don't know what's going on. Like different parts of our house are
Might have something to do with all them storms yesterday, because I know you guys had it pretty bad down there.
Yeah, I mean, it got kind of bad. It could have been
It didn't,
worse.
dude. Nothing happened up here.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like up in Riverside, nothing happened. Like it's windy outside right now. I'm like right beside the window, but yeah, no.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just basically
Yeah.
saying that Finn's not been the same Finn, and that's kind of I think what we were still talking about when
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Like
Like
it's been going on. Judgment Day's going on too long now.
it is. It's gone on way too long, and it's stopped being successful. Honestly, when Edge was no longer part of it.
Yep.
It lasted right up until that big fucking amazing match between Edge and Finn. And then after that, Judgment Day just fell off the map and was a joke.
See, I've enjoyed them the past year, but up until the past couple of months, outside of the R-Truth stuff with them, they really not, ever since War Games, honestly, they haven't
That's true.
really done much, and they're very rarely defend. I keep forgetting they have the friggin' titles.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
They never defend them.
No, and I always forget that they have the titles, because they push the Money in the Bank briefcase ahead of the titles,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he's got what? He's got 2 months to cash that in.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, and I don't think they're going to do it at Mania. I really don't think they'll, unless they do it with Drew and Seth. I don't think they're going to do it at Mania. Which I could see them. I could see a Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, feud making a lot of money, especially going towards SummerSlam.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
we'll talk about some of that from the night 2 card too, because I have some predictions that involved some of that stuff as well.
okay,
Yeah, I think I know Awesome Truth has got to. They just got to win, and Judgment Day is going
yeah,
to be a no. We got to kick them out. I love New Day. I do
yeah,
love me some Kofi and Xavier. I very much love them, but they're, in my opinion, at their best when they're actually fighting for a title. And yes,
yeah,
everyone's fighting for titles now, but it's a big chaotic mess. But when they actually get in a storyline versus another tag team for like a big story, that's where their expertise and their veteran status comes into play.
Yeah.
yeah. And I see them putting New Day like a little bit on the back burner lately, just because they're waiting to see what's going to go on with Big E, and
Well,
Xavier Woods has his own thing going on with up, up, down, down, and
he does, and
he's
it's getting more successful. But we know Big E's
yeah,
there, though. Big E is going to
yeah.
be there for WrestleMania. He's part of the pre-show and a bunch of other things.
I think he needs to host. I think he should host WrestleMania in all honesty. They're gonna have because this is like one of the first years they don't have a host
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
while. I think he could have been the host. Put him on the pre-show panels because he does really good doing that.
yeah. Him and
Like,
Punk are going to be on the pre-show panel.
yeah, and then Punk's gonna. Well, we'll talk about that when we get to Drew
Yeah, yeah.
McIntyre and them.
Oh, for sure.
Well, see, the thing is, like, was it shoot, like 5 to 7 years ago? We saw the Hardys come back, and they won the titles at WrestleMania. So I could definitely see the Awesome Truth doing the same exact thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
but
you gotta remember also Truth's getting up there in age, and he's still in amazing shape and still does amazing stuff.
yeah,
But you gotta also, again, one of them guys, you gotta ask how much longer.
yep.
How much longer do we have Truth? I mean, he'll be around, I think, even after he stops physically wrestling.
Oh, yeah,
But give him a WrestleMania moment.
yeah. I think he deserves it. And honestly, I'm going to say it. I think the Miz deserves one too.
He's had a few, but he definitely deserves one. He's been
It's
carrying
been
the
a while.
company for a while. I think, and I'm 100% behind the Miz. I love the Miz.
Yeah, I mean, it was him and
Like,
Cena, and Cena left.
yeah,
So it's literally just been him this whole time, and no one else has stepped up in that I'm the guy mentality. Because Seth is the guy, Becky's the guy, but they don't actually do anything. They've got a family. They don't push things like Miz does. And
yeah,
period. The only other person that did it was Dolph, and they got rid of him.
yeah.
I really thought Dolph was going to be the new guy.
I think he's basically, it's one of the things that a lot of WWE likes to do is send these guys out to the indies, let them reinvent themselves and things like that, and then turn around and bring them back. They like
Yeah,
to do this a lot with guys. Like I'm surprised Matt Cardona hasn't come back to the company yet,
me
especially with his
too.
wife there now.
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't think he wants to. I think he's 100% happy and content with doing what he's doing. You
right.
know,
And he might be. But I do agree that we're going to see one of our lesser used tag teams or, celebrated tag teams, like you were saying earlier,
Mhm.
Steven. Like, I hear a lot about Gargano. Like, I didn't follow him a lot until, like, last year. And I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of his matches since then. And the same with Tommaso Ciampa. Like, I'd heard about him, but I really didn't start paying attention to him until, within the last year. And their names are big enough, and every other wrestling scene I've seen, I feel like they deserve a moment.
Oh yeah.
And this is their first WrestleMania. This is the first time they've been on WrestleMania. They've been at WrestleMania weekend wrestling for NXT. Especially if you get a chance, you want to see really how good these guys are. Watch some of their matches against each other at these pay-per-views, and they're violent. They're awesome matches, and they carry shows. They can carry a show. It's just they can't. At least I think Tommaso can. If they turned him heel, he could resonate with the audience.
Yeah.
Gargano just sees that white meat baby face, the stomp and clap baby face, and just people can't get behind him. I love Gargano, but people just don't care.
Yeah.
But maybe this will give him a shot, I mean, something. So my,
Yeah.
my picks are officially Awesome Truth and DIY.
Okay.
I don't like Austin Theory at all. I like Grayson Waller, but I just cannot stand Austin Theory. Not even as because he's a bad guy and I'm supposed to dislike him because I like bad guys.
hmm
I don't like his whole shtick, man. I
I,
just don't
I
like
I
it.
hated him. I hated him as U.S. champion. I couldn't stand it. But him and Grayson Waller actually work pretty well together. So I
They
can
do work
see
well
them.
together.
I can see them doing something, especially. But if they're, I don't know if you watched that Australia show. It kind of almost seems like
Of
they're going to
course we
turn
did.
on each other.
Yeah, we definitely watched the shit out of that in the middle of the night, like when it was
Yeah.
live. And honestly, that show also that pay-per-view pushed Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs the push right now. I think he deserves an
Nah.
upcoming, I think Aton Down Under should get a title belt run in the near future, but like
Yeah.
Well,
and
they're forming
Austin
that
said,
little faction with the Logan Paul too.
yeah, we'll get to that too, and for night 2, but yeah, it's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy, man. That's gonna move us to Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Gonna say it. I'm fucking sick to death of Ray versus Dominic, but the people alone in this match, I want to see. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So does anybody else not think Carlito's turning on Ray?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Carlito's definitely turning on
Yeah.
Ray.
Because Carlito's in the ring, standing there with them, and Ray's challenging Dominic and Santos to a tag match. Essentially, looks at Carlito and goes, "Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna use this other guy here."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh yeah. And let us also remember that Carlito was like a weird, interesting version of Scott Hall during his
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Like he's got the well,
The
fuck you too,
spitting.
buddy
Yeah. The spitting
thing
in the
going
Yeah.
on.
face. Yeah.
Sorry, Crowley keeps jumping on my desk, like suicide diving my desk for some reason lately.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything just kind of shook there for a minute. But yeah, I mean, I think you just don't fuck with Carlito, and people don't remember that.
Dude, especially how much he's jacked now.
Yeah.
And you also got to remember his dad is Carlos Colon, who ran one of the most violent territories in the 80s. Like
Yep.
Brody, what's his name? God, I want to say Brody Lee, but it's not Brody Lee. Bruiser Brody
Yeah,
got
Bruce Brody.
murdered down there, like literally murdered in the showers down there, just because he wouldn't do a job.
Yep.
And it's yeah. Don't fuck with Don't fuck with Carlito.
Yeah, you just don't. You just don't, man. And he was a hell of a wrestler. He's always been a hell of a wrestler too. Like, not using him is the stupidest fucking thing ever. It's
Yep.
just dumb.
Yeah.
Which means we're
But
gonna get a new feud going forward, I think.
my official is I think Dominic and Santos are going to win, and I think Dominic pins Ray.
Yeah. I think I gotta fully agree with you there.
I don't want to agree with you, but I'm going to
Yeah.
because Dominic is great when he's a hell of a wrestler when they actually let him wrestle.
But he
And
plays the chicken shit heel so well.
he does. He really does, man. And like he to me was like he reminds me a lot of Eddie. I'm just gonna say he reminds me a
Yeah.
lot of Eddie, like so much about him. Even the way they're using him in the company, it reminds me a lot of a very young Eddie.
Heel Dominic has shown so much more personality and charisma than face Dominic did. And
Yep.
that was the thing about Eddie too, is a lot of times, he was like Eddie's run as a face was great, but he's most memorable as a heel.
Yep. If he can just take the personality from this heel run and transfer it over to the face, I think it might serve him.
Or
Yeah.
he can end up hitting neutral ground. We don't know.
He could be like the incidental face, where like he's the face because of the people he's going against, but he's not neutral, but he is actually a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because they did that with Eddie too. Like even when
Yeah.
he was a heel, like really Eddie was still a face. Really,
Yeah. I mean,
it
well, it's
was
like,
very confusing.
and it's like it's I don't want to compare him, but it's The Rock now, where yeah, he's heel, everybody's booing him, but when that freaking music hits, that place goes ballistic.
Right,
Oh
And then
yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, wait a minute, this guy's an asshole. Boo.
right. It's divisive because like you got your categories of neutral. Let's go D&D for a minute. Like Undertaker is fucking chaotic neutral. That's Undertaker. Eddie
Yeah.
was like neutral good because he still did some fucked up things, but
Mhm.
he always tried to balance the scales here and there, and people wanted to like him because of his charisma. And I think that chaotic good is kind of where we need to see Dominic transfer into.
Oh yeah.
I can see it.
He's got a hell of a legacy, though.
Yeah.
Like Ray was always best as face.
Yeah, he only had that small heel run in WCW, and it was terrible. But
Yeah, it
he
was.
didn't have his mask, and they teamed up with Billy Kidman, which that was
It
gonna
was.
fail no matter what. But
Yep. Before it started.
yeah,
Kidman's a whole other issue, though.
yeah,
All right, but yeah, I agree. Dominic's and Escobar, I think, is going to win this one. This brings us to it's another chaotic one: Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, which is Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. This is a big what the fuck match.
oh,
I
Jade's winning.
feel like this. Yeah, I would say this is definitely a squash match for Jade Cargill to get a huge push.
Yeah, it's this match is to basically present Jade Cargill to the world, show
Right.
what she's been training for the past 6 months almost,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and to say, hey, look, you see this? This is a superstar right here. Like she has the look, she has the charisma and everything like that, and I
Yeah,
just wanted her to show me something. I really do. I wanted to, because I'm not gonna lie, was not a fan of her in AEW. I thought she was sloppy and everything like that, but hopefully this extra, because that's one of the benefits of having a performance center is they can go get trained,
yeah,
Yep.
and there's plenty of people down there. No matter what style you have, there's somebody down there that you can work with and that you can learn off of.
definitely.
And but this match is the whole match is designed to get Bianca on the card and um to debut and like focus on Jade Cargill. So yeah, I think Jade and them are winning.
Oh yeah, and also, it's been a little bit since technically longer than it should have been for someone else to be involved. Who I'm surprised she's not involved. They were running that whole big thing with Bailey, and
Mhm.
I know that's because Bailey is doing the IO Sky thing in night 2 and all, but like it's odd to me to not see Bailey involved in this. So unless she's gonna get involved because
I
it's night
think
1.
that could definitely happen.
I I think they're doing the same thing with Bailey as they had to do with Jay when he went to Raw, and all these guys, with him in the bloodline, are looking at him now like, you son of a, like, oh, you're by yourself now, huh?
Right.
Like with Owens and with McIntyre when McIntyre was face, and
Yeah.
all these guys are like, so we bring this son of a bitch over here now after, just because he's not with the bloodline anymore. That don't mean, I don't. We remember,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that's what's happening with Bailey. Is like, all these girls and all these women that she's pissed off the past 2 years. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
They're
we
all
we
in.
were not really gonna trust you. I hope you understand.
That's true. Yeah.
That's very true.
I mean, Bianca's one of my favorite wrestlers in the women's division right now. Like
Oh
Bianca
yeah,
and Becky are my two number ones. But like Naomi's all right. I'm not a big Naomi fan, but I'm really interested and to see what's been going on with Jade Cargill. Like I'm really excited
Mhm.
about this. Although I kind of also wanted her to work for Disney for a little bit because there's a lot of art and stuff going on with her as Storm, which blew my
Yeah.
fucking mind in all the best ways. And I really want to see her play Storm like really bad now. So,
Well, the storm is coming. That's the thing that she said.
well, I know
Uh,
that's her. That's why the
yeah,
fans are doing the art and everything right now.
it's, it's
Yeah,
great.
I'm still here. I
she,
just had to lean down and grab something. I didn't want you guys to.
yeah, yeah. She's definitely a yeah. She could do Storm. I 100% think so, and I think that's a lot of what people are saying about her. Is she's using WWE and wrestling as a stepping stone, which why the hell not? Everybody else does.
Even
You
Hogan did
know.
it. Roddy Piper
Eh,
did it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
Yeah, literally.
a lot of people do because you can't. Wrestling doesn't have a definitive future. You don't know how long you're going to be able to do it. You don't know how long your body's going to hold up.
yeah,
You know, so screw it. Do what you can in wrestling, make a name for yourself, and if you can go out and get a movie, go out and get a movie. Why not? I don't see
what's
like
stopping
I
it?
know I see a lot of people like put people down for they're just in here to use it as a stepping stone. Yep, freaking yeah. Why not?
They're
And
actors.
Yeah, they're actors, and of course, who doesn't want to be in a movie?
see,
You
people
know?
say they're actors, right? And they are actors, 100%. But what makes them different than the only thing that honestly makes them different than a lot of most Hollywood actors is
Mhm.
they do their own
No
stunts, and
stunt yet.
most of them are a lot more dangerous over and over and over and over again every night.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and you're in front of a live crowd, so you can't really, you screw the one thing up, someone's getting hurt or, people online are going to make fun of you.
Yeah, and if you compare them to like theater actors, they can't stop and be like line in the middle of
Yeah.
a fucking promo. You know what I mean? Like
No,
Yeah.
when they're live, during a promo they can. It's pre-recorded, but like
I mean, they could, but at the same time, everybody in the crowd would just be like, "What the fuck?"
right,
What just
right.
happened?
The mic skills, man. But yeah, I agree that they're gonna win over Damage Control though for sure. Let's see here. What else we got up here? We have the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. We were just talking about Sami a minute ago.
Oh yes.
Another hard one to call.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very hard.
I
Gunther
want
is a beast, man. He's really grown on me.
I want Gunther to keep the belt, but Sammy kind of needs something from last
does.
year. But who is anybody? Because I don't know if you guys watched Raw on Monday. They did the whole Rocky training thing montage with Sammy and Chad Gable.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I think Chad's turning on him.
Dude, Chad, of course, Chad is gonna turn on him.
I don't
It's
want it to
Chad
happen because I
Gable.
love him as a face. I love him as a face right now. I'm loving what Alpha Academy is doing.
He got a hard start, man.
Yeah, he deserves to be in the match. In all honesty, like I wish it was a triple threat. I know we already have a triple threat for the U.S. title. I wish it was a triple threat or a multi-person match because I really wanted to see. I'm one of these people that wanted to see Chad Gable win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania.
Honestly,
Oh, that would
I
have been awesome.
it would have been. I would have been okay with Alpha Academy being in the 6-pack at least or something.
Yeah, but I think Sammy's winning. I think Sammy's gonna win the belt because, like I said, they got to do something with him. They want to move Gunther up to the main event. Because Gunther belongs in the main event scene, fighting for the world title.
Oh yeah.
And they got to do something with Sammy, and you're not gonna give him the main title. You got to give him something,
Especially with him
And
already having the record too.
yeah. And so I think Sammy wins, and then Gable turns on him after the match.
I mean, yeah, I can see. Honestly, I can really see that. What kills me, I think, most about all this, again, in favor of Chet Gable, is the first tag team, American Alpha, with Jason Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that team was going to be the new Steiners, man.
See, everybody else compared him to Team Angle.
See, initially, I was feeling Team Angle because they named him Chad Gable, which is,
Mm-hmm.
that's a gimmick. That's a nod to the Olympian Dan Gable. So they were pushing that, but like actually watching them wrestle did not remind me of Team Angle at all. It reminded me of the Steiners.
See, and
Like
I feel
early
like that.
Steiners.
See, and I feel like that about the Creed brothers, especially after again that match with DIY a couple of last week.
Oh yeah.
They were just fucking throwing them guys.
Yeah. Yep. I think they're definitely who I look at that reminds me of the Steiners now. But at the time, I just saw them. I saw American Alpha, and I was like, man, this is gonna be the tag team. And then they tried to make it right. They tried to give him oh my god, Angle's old partner. His name I cannot remember right now. Sheldon, yeah, Sheldon Benjamin.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the same, and it didn't happen.
I don't know if you guys watched NXT. I saw a clip from NXT where Alpha Academy went against Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker for the NXT titles on I think it was last week. I don't know if it was this week or last week, but there's a spot where Otis has Braun Breaker on his shoulders, like they're getting ready to do a doomsday device almost. And Tozawa jumps like to do a flying splash. Braun catches him while he's on Otis's shoulders, does the flip and power slams him in midair, and then gets up and does like just the most intense scream and rips his like straps down in that. And yeah, I said all that just because I want to say Braun Breaker's awesome. He's a badass. He's such a badass.
Awesome. I love to see that he got called up too, man.
Not to change the subject, but I think Braun Breaker's winning Andre the Giant Battle Royal this week.
Oh, I want to talk about that too before we're done. Yeah, the Battle Royal, yeah. Last one we got to talk about of night one though is Rhea Ripley and Becky. This is
really hard.
I mentioned my favorite females, and I don't know how I did not mention Rhea because it's a three-way tie. She's still up there. Mommy's still up there for me.
Yes.
I don't know what to think in this match,
especially after the stink face last week.
Yes. I don't know who to. I love them both, and I'm going to be both sad and happy no matter who.
I'm right there with you.
I might have a definitive answer. At least I have a prediction. I think Rhea's winning.
Okay.
Because I think, and again, this is going to tie into the world title, I think Seth and Becky are going away for a little bit. I think they're going to take some time off so Seth can heal, and Becky's going to go basically with her husband. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's time I think Becky's going to be with the husband, and everything they're doing right now, all this stuff with Becky going on doing the interview, saying that essentially calling Rhea a skank for hiking her, giving herself the wedgie, and essentially giving every man who watches wrestling what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
Becky's coming off as a heel in this right now.
She's back to heel. It's an odd heel.
It's weird because it's like one of those things. Like it's the righteous heel. It's like Rhea did talk shit about her kid and that, but
I kicked somebody's ass for that too.
Yeah, well, 100%. There was a guy a couple years ago on Facebook. I posted a picture of Dylan eating a piece of watermelon, like licking the rind off, basically. And the guy made a comment about him being a glutton or something like that. It's like, dude, you're in a fucking wheelchair. And I'd still slap the shit out of you if you were standing in front of me saying that.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. But I think Rhea. I'm leaning towards Rhea. That's sad because I don't see who can beat her. I don't think anybody unless they're going to do a draft again and we get maybe Rhea and Bianca at SummerSlam.
Well, we know we're getting a draft again. They've already mentioned that
Okay, I
the
didn't.
draft. Yeah, I've heard and seen messages or information about that happening in the future.
Okay, yeah, they need to do something because they need to get a stronger women's division on Raw.
Yeah,
Yep.
Like,
they got a big, a very positive feedback when they brought draft back again, and I think if they didn't
yeah,
do it, it would be super weird.
it would just get stale watching the same people fight each other over and over again.
Right,
And that's one of the benefits of the draft is that we get different matches and things like that.
right. Now, regardless of what I want to happen, I also think Rhea's going to win. But here's another reason why. Rhea's the new man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rhea is straight up has done everything that Becky did to become the man. And
Except get her nose broken by
well,
Nia Jax.
yeah. Well, I mean, yet there's time on this. There's still time, but I think that, and also got to keep in mind that Seth has been working for Marvel lately.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of what he was working on recently got cut from a project, but he's still under actual contract with Disney.
Well,
And we don't know into what capacity now we're going to see him, since some of the stuff he was doing didn't make it past the cutting floor. We're not sure where this is going to go now, but we know we're going to see him again. I mean, also, like you said, family time, him to heal up. But there's also a lot of rumors about Becky getting into acting and people looking at her as well. So
I mean, she did a really good job as Cyndi Lauper on The Young Rock.
she
Yes,
did.
she did.
I missed that show so much, so much. But I think they are going away, and I think it's a lot health wise. Yeah, that it's always good to take a break, but I think it's more for family time and filming, because it's
Yeah.
easier to have family time around filming than it is family time around wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
And especially it can't be good for for what, a 2-year-old. I think at this point she's 2 or 3 to have to
Yeah.
travel with mom and dad, everywhere they go. And a little stability would benefit, a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
I think that Rhea's going for defeating all the horsewomen because she had Charlotte last year. Now she's going for Becky this year, and I think she's going to pull it out. I know we probably won't be able to see her versus Sasha. I could definitely see her versus Bailey.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty good match.
I think you'll see her and Sasha eventually, but it's going
Yeah.
to be a few years.
Yeah.
But I just think she's going after all the horsewomen right now.
Possibly. Very
And
possibly, babe.
that would be an interesting turn of events.
She could form the new horsewomen stable.
That's true. And there's some badass females on the roster she could definitely pick too.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
a lot of them now.
All right, I think that wraps up night 1. We can move on to night 2. Let's go with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, Nakam and Razor.
Ooh.
That is so hard to call because, in all honesty, I don't give 2 craps about that match. It's gonna be good.
Out of this, the only people I like are the Street Profits. That's it. I don't really care about any of the rest of them.
I like Bobby Lashley. He's definitely come into his own these past few years. Cross, if they would let Cross be the killer that he is, I think it would be a lot. He'd
I
be a
agree
lot
with you on
better.
that. I was excited when Karrion Kross was initially coming around. He had the horror. I thought he was going to be another horror wrestler. Like, I really thought that that's what they were going to build, and they just didn't.
He needs to shave his head again.
Yeah.
I feel like he could play a big part in the Dreadmere stuff. Since he's being really stale right now, he needs something new.
I don't like the Authors of Pain. I've never liked the Authors of Pain.
I want to because they're authors, but they're not writing anything good lately.
I want to like him because Paul Ellering's tied to him, and I'm, again, as a child of the '80s, Paul Ellering and the Road Warriors were one of my favorite teams. But
this is true.
It's like, why? Like, you randomly brought Paul Ellering back, like the first time they came out. They had to tell people that was Paul Ellering. And I could just see all the young people going, "Who the fuck is Paul Ellering?"
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, really?"
Yeah, I know.
And I just don't see. I just didn't see the point. Like, I don't even think I haven't seen any of their promos or anything like that. Does Paul Ellering even do any talking?
I haven't
I have
seen
no
Yeah,
clue.
much of any.
yeah, exactly. And that's something we should know, especially if you're going to put him on a WrestleMania card.
Oh yeah,
The match needs a gimmick. The match needs a gimmick.
Yeah.
Falls count anywhere, no holds barred, something like that, something easy like that.
And that's the last conversation that I've had with you and I've had with Matt about we need gimmick matches popping back in again. And I really
Yeah.
thought with the new game being released and all the expansion they did on gimmick matches that we would actually see some gimmick matches start to make their way back again.
Which, and yeah, I agree, but at the same time, it comes down to that, you can't really do first blood matches anymore because of the sponsor, at least till they get to Netflix.
Yeah.
Because the sponsors couldn't have been too happy. I mean, I'm pretty sure they said, "Fuck it, we're going to do blood one time for
yeah.
that
Well, I
and
mean, they
that."
changed their
Which
rating
again,
too.
I haven't seen that.
Did
That's
they change it to TV 14 again?
I thought they did. No, they changed it to something like last year. Last year
I
they upped their rating
I haven't even paid attention to that in all honesty. But
because we were all
like
excited
the
when they changed their rating.
like the wrestling's been so good lately, I haven't even paid attention. I didn't even pay attention to it. But I think Bobby Lashley and the Prophets need to win this because they've just been getting beat down every single week.
Yeah, they've been turned into a big joke, and I love the Profits.
Oh yeah, it was here in Dayton at SmackDown where they joined up with Bobby Lashley, and I got all excited in the crowd.
Oh heck yeah!
And yeah, and it was great. But then it's like, what the fuck have you done with them?
So yeah, WWE went back to. I'm right. They went back to TV 14 in August of 2022, which is why
Nice.
we've seen a little bit more of the
Mhm.
attitude coming back and a little bit more of the blood and things like that.
Oh
And I'm for
sweet.
it. I am 100% for it. But yeah,
I just had to look it up because I was pretty sure I was right. I was like, but when did it happen?
But yeah, like I said, I think Bobby Lashley and the Profits have to win this just because they've been getting beat down every week and just made to look like bitches. And
Yep.
Bobby Lashley shouldn't look like a bitch ever.
Nobody also has no personality, really, and he's
He
got really terrible mic skills.
he doesn't. That's why he needs an MVP again. I think he needs an MVP, just a voice piece, and that was always Brock Lesnar's thing. What made him so great was he didn't talk. He let Paul Heyman do the talking for him.
Yeah.
And I've always said, because when Vince was booking, it was always the big, well, you have to be able to talk before you can be a wrestler. You got to be in my company. Net. Why? Why? Give me like when Aleister Black was still with the company. I'm like, don't let him talk. Let him come out, beat the shit out of people, and walk away. If you want him to talk, give him somebody to talk for him.
Yeah,
Give him, a Nikki Cross or someone, a female. Give him a female that follows him, that can do the talking for him. Let him be the badass, come out, kick people in the face, and go back like nothing happened.
like even going back to the Paul Bearer days, Undertaker didn't shoot no promos. He had Paul Bearer talk for him the whole time.
He would say two sentences. Like Paul Bearer would cut the whole promo, and then Undertaker would say his two sentences, and then rest in peace.
Yep. And that's all you need,
Yeah,
especially if you're going for a horror character.
for some guys that's it. They don't need to talk, especially these big giant motherfuckers. They don't need to talk. Kane didn't talk, and he was a badass. Andre could barely talk.
Yeah.
Could barely understand what Andre said. That's why they gave him, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Heenan did all the talking for him.
See,
And it worked.
that's why managers exist. Is for those huge guys that really don't have that great of promo skills to really shine.
I agree with you there. I agree. But yeah, I mean, I'm up for the Street Profits. If Lashley gets a win, as long as the Street Profits get one, I don't care. That's
Like I
probably
said, I think he has to. Like they've just been getting the shit beat out of him. Oh, it is a Philadelphia street fight.
Oh, is it?
It's a Philadelphia street fight according to Bleacher Report.
Oh, well,
Okay,
nice.
okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the basic card where the best it shows me is the 6-pack ladder match for special shit, or the 3 and 4 ways.
Yeah, no, it's according to Bleacher Report, it is a Philadelphia street fight between, and like I said, it had to be with the way the feud's been going and just
Yeah.
everybody getting beat down.
But
So
hey, Attitude Era fucking specialty match right there.
there we go.
Oh yeah.
It's a street fight. I'm counting it, man. It's not a barroom brawl, but it's at least a street fight. Let's see. We have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA
Yeah.
versus AJ. The battle of the initials.
Oh, LA Knight though. He freaking showed up to AJ Styles' house, knocked on the door, and was like, "Hey," and just started beating the absolute shit out of him. The cops got called. LA Knight got arrested.
Yep.
AJ almost got arrested at his own house. And then the next week, fucking AJ's cutting a promo in the ring, just talking about how the next time he sees him, he's just he's gonna whoop his ass. And then you see this fucking security guard over here, and he starts taking off the cap, taking off the wig, and then you just see AJ Styles just look at the fucking monitor and the huge monitor at the top. He's like, "Oh shit, there he is, right there," and then starts to get his ass kicked. Like, I got to
If
shoot for my guy
that's
here.
not attitude. I don't know what is, dude.
Yeah, I got to shoot for my guy here. I got a feeling that LA Knight's definitely pulling this out. I feel AJ is the perfect guy for him to get the main event push that LA Knight needs.
What do you think,
Like
Steven?
like I said a couple weeks ago, LA Knight needs to start doing some more shit that Austin would have done back in the Attitude Era. I think I suggested he just comes out, with AJ Styles ducking him. He just comes out, sits a chair in the ring, goes, "Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here until AJ comes out. Nothing happens." He goes to the back, goes, "All right, fine." Goes to the back match. The next match happens. Put a couple of lower mid card guys in there. LA Knight just comes out, beats the shit out of both of them. Goes,
Oh
"Hey,
yeah,
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting." Goes back. Just keep doing the Austin thing. Just not just start doing complete chaos until you get what you want.
definitely.
And showing up to AJ's house, the stuff with, like you said, the stuff with him taking the gear off, and it's him. That's like Raz, like you said, that's very Attitude Era. That's very Austin like, and that's what he needs to do. And I'm going LA Knight with this. I think LA Knight stands to gain more from winning this than AJ Styles does.
Okay. I love LA Knight. I'm a huge LA Knight fan. Again, thanks to Matt, like really hooking me onto him. I love the guy, and I need more LA Knight, and they've just not really been doing anything with him for a little bit, which I think is an enormous mistake. And they're both heels, man. This is actually a heel versus heel match, to be honest, in my opinion, anyway. But they're both also absolutely hilarious and absolutely talented. So I think it's going to be maybe one of the best matches in all of WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has potential to steal Night 2.
Yeah, I think actually, yeah, I think it might steal Night 2. I don't think it'll steal Night 1 with all the
No.
craziness over there, but Night 2, I think it could. It's a contender.
Yeah. And like I said, LA Knight, I mean, people love him. They love him. He's got the catchphrase and all that good stuff, and he's got potential. But I think the problem is he came into WWE at the wrong time. There's just with Roman holding that belt for 3 years, it's so hard to put the title on someone else and to take someone seriously as a main eventer when it's just Roman's gonna run him over,
Oh yeah,
until he loses that belt.
yep.
And once he loses the belt and more contenders start opening up, I think you're going to see him get a lot bigger of a push. Plus, I think I think he's a face. I know I'm going to disagree with you on that, Raz. I think he is a face. I think they need to heal him up. They need to turn him heel.
You think Knight's a face? I think he was a face, but
I think he's a face. They never really said why AJ's done half the shit he's been doing the past few months. All the heel stuff that he's been doing.
it's
But
AJ. Who knows?
yeah, but I like this new AJ. I like this new AJ better than running with the club and
Yeah, it's better than soccer mom
all that.
AJ.
Yes,
You know what?
and
With you guys conflicted, that might just mean that he's true neutral now.
No, AJ's not to the neutral level, man.
But I'm
AJ's
talking. I'm
just
talking about LA.
LA could be. I mean, I think he could easily be going that route.
I think he could be turning. I mean, like you said, but I think he just plays to the crowd too much to me for him to be a heel.
And then we go back to The Rock, though, man, because every time
Yeah,
the Rock's a heel, he also plays up to the crowd a lot as a heel.
he does. Like I said,
It's a gray area somewhere.
I mean, technically the heel face dynamic kind of died a few years ago, anyways, where people are just going to cheer for who they want and who they don't,
Yeah, that's true.
who
Oh yeah,
they
that's
don't
been
like
proven.
anymore. But best example would be at Rockstar, where we had Dave Chris turn heel on everybody. There was at least 30 of us in the crowd still going, "No, I'm not booing this. I'm not booing him. We love him.
Yeah,
He's one of our favorite wrestlers. I'm not booing Dave." And he
right.
tried for weeks to get us to boom. We're like, "No, we're good." Ric Flair, another good example. Ric Flair has been wrestling for what, 50 years almost now,
Yeah,
and he still can't go to Norfolk. He cannot go to Norfolk, Virginia, and get booed. It doesn't matter what he does.
yeah.
And I still remember him being at a TNA show. He came back. He came out. He's getting cheered. He's a heel. He's like uber heel at the time. Comes out, starts talking to the crowd, and he just people are cheering him, and he's insulting people and everything. And he just goes, "I can't get you guys to boo me at all, can I?"
Nope.
And everybody cheers, except this one dude in the first row. This fat tub of lard is like just giving him the business, like yelling at him, flipping him off, all that stuff. And the guy and Flair in usual Flair attitude looks and goes, "Hey kid, hey fat boy, don't get mad at me because it was your mom riding Space Mountain 30 years ago."
That's
And
hilarious.
just then of course the crowd popped and just you can't. There's certain people you just can't boo.
Yeah, I mean, look at Cena and Roman. You get a healthy dose of both. I mean, more boos from Roman now than there used to be
Yeah.
because of the bloodline stuff, but you still get the cheers. And
Well, he
and
was
then
getting
Cena is always like 50-50.
Roman was at one point was even as a face was getting booed out of arenas.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Like I 100%. I'm on SmackDown. He walked by me, and you just see my middle finger like right in his face because I'm just like fuck this guy. Now I'm not gonna lie. He turns heel. I'm like I kind of love the new character.
I'm a big Roman fan. Undertaker gave him his kit in the ring.
Yeah.
That I was already starting to like, and I loved him in Shield. And then, but when Undertaker did that, good or bad, heel, face, in the middle, I don't care what. I like Roman, but that doesn't mean I want him to have the title for 5-10 years
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Roman's also one of them cases. He to me he proves what everybody said about Cena for the longest time is they needed to turn Cena heel. That was the only way you were gonna get people to not
Let
boo
me
the shit
clarify
out of
something
him.
really quickly. We all thought LA Knight, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're talking about Roman so much again right now
Yeah.
that I figured we might as well like run this into the Roman versus Cody.
Sure.
But continue.
But him coming back as heel kind of resurged his career. Like even in an interview last weekend, they like when he left with the leukemia or we left with COVID before COVID started, when COVID started and everything, he genuinely thought he was retired. He in his mindset was I'm retired, I'm not going back. I'm done with wrestling altogether.
Yeah,
And then once, everything cleared up a little bit and people were starting to come back and that he flat out, he's like, I'll come back, but I want to be a heel.
right.
If I come back, I'm going to be a heel. And, got with Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman even said this everything you've seen the past few years has been Roman. It's not been Paul Heyman like a lot of people thought.
Right.
But a lot of the storyline, a lot of the stuff has been Roman. And like I said, it was just a whole turnaround from, fuck this guy. We're not booing him because he's a bad guy or because we hate him. We just don't. We're booing because we don't want him on our TV. We don't want to watch him.
Right.
Like they were doing for Cena for the longest time when Cena was doing Super Cena.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they call it? The X-Pac heat. Where people were booing X-Pac not because they hated him, but because no, we don't want to watch him. We don't want to see him.
Yeah. Pretty much. But him and Cody, man, like there's so much that could happen based on the night before that, like, without knowing officially what the stipulations are going to be, it's hard to call. But I still like my Hogan ending from earlier.
I am now cheering for that ending, in all honesty, because that's going to be the funniest fucking thing.
Yep, that's what I want, man. I think Cody's going to win only because Hogan's going to fuck Roman somehow. And it's probably not going to happen, but like...
No, the likelihood is it's not going to happen, but still.
If you're listening, and I know you're not, but if you're listening, whatever plans you had, fuck them. This is better, and you know it. Okay, I'm good. I had to get it out.
I want to see Hogan run down, hit the softest chair shot of all time, and cost Roman the belt. Yes. And as he's walking away, just go, "Not today, brother. Not today."
I want him to do the not today, but I want him to walk. I want him to just in the middle of the match, you hear the theme song, preferably sang by our haunt owner Fred, because I did catch Fred once wandering the haunt during build season, singing the theme song loudly. It was fucking epic, by the way.
Nice.
I want the song to play, and then Hogan just come out like this, shaking his finger already, just all the way down there, distract Roman so much. That's what causes him to lose. And then he's like, "Not today, brother," and he just walks away. He doesn't actually get all the way even down to the ring. It's just such a distraction that it just happens, and then we're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, because that's about the only reaction Roman should have is just looking at the crowd going, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?"
That split second is enough. That small package roll up, man. Bam.
But it's Hulk Hogan. He wouldn't allow a roll up on his watch, so
That's true. That's true. It'll be something. It'd be something. Just that moment of distraction that Cody needs to pull something off.
Roman turns right into the Cody cutter. How about that?
There you go. Turns right into it, and he's so stunned from the appearance of Hogan, and
then he hits the leg drop on him.
Yep. No, Hogan's not gonna drop.
Dude, you try to paralyze Hulk Hogan? Come on, man.
No. So technically, Hogan is medically paralyzed. I don't know if you guys know this.
Yeah, he can. Like, he doesn't have feeling in like one of his legs. I think is what if I've read it right before.
From my understanding, I thought it was like the waist down at this point.
I think so. I mean, I like I said, I knew it was one leg at one point. It's possibly. Yeah. Like, I think he did come out and say that in interviews. Like, dude, I can't feel nothing below my waist.
Yeah. That's what I'm referencing is that interview he did. But like, there's been medical reports that have come out about it, like all kinds of shit. The fact that he's even walking at all is confounding people.
Yeah, it's like amazing, because I mean he did that leg drop for so long, and when he did the leg drop, it wasn't just the usual, falling back. He did a straight L. Like he got up straight L, and got up pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't know what else to say but that, because without knowing how night one ends and knowing what the stipulations are for two, like there's so many different ways this is gonna go.
Oh yeah.
So what's the stipulation again? If Rock and Roman wins, it's a free for all, pretty much.
It's bloodline.
Yeah.
And if Cody and Seth win, then only the bloodline is banned from Arena.
It's just straight up one-on-one Roman versus Cody. If Seth and Cody win night one, yes.
Okay.
Like there won't be any. The Rock has basically guaranteed there won't be any bloodline interference if Cody and Seth win night one.
So even if Cody and Seth do win night one, that doesn't include Hulk Hogan, so he could still go.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
It's fucking Hogan. Damn it, I'm really pushing for this. I love Hogan from my childhood. Like, as a child I loved Hogan.
Yeah.
But like I just want him to do this. Like, I don't care if he never actually does anything again, as long as he just does this.
Oh no, like I said, I want that ending now. Like I said, the odds of it are slim to none, but that would be literally the funniest fucking ending to WrestleMania of all time.
And maybe doing his whole Suburban Commando costume.
Oh, that would be great too.
Get Undertaker back in there as one of the bounty hunters, and we're good.
Hey, Beefcake's still alive. He could pull up the other one,
There we go.
even
That's
though it
what we
wasn't
need.
even though it wasn't Beefcake, but
Yeah, but that's okay.
yeah.
We'll forgive that.
Because for the longest time after watching that movie when I was a kid, I'm like, that's Brutus Beefcake. You turn around, it's like, no, it ain't.
Oh, that would be awesome. Though. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I feel like again they're either going to have him keep going to beat Hogan's record, or Hogan's going to invent a way that he can't beat his record, so that way we can get the Cody win. Because any other way, no one's going to be satisfied. It's either we put up with this for years for him to not even get the record that you said that you were going after for years.
Yeah.
What was the point? Or he wins and people are like, well, if this was Cody's time to finish the story and you fucked up. So like
Yeah.
this is a 50-50. People are going to hate on the company no matter how it ends, unless there's
Yeah.
a reason. It doesn't have to be the Hogan scenario, but like some scenario in which both sides are satisfied is the only way we're moving forward without people flaming out.
Yep.
Yeah, people are gonna it's gonna be an epic meltdown on Twitter and Facebook after WrestleMania, no matter what. Like you said, some reason, a couple of weeks ago, even a month ago, I would have agreed with you that Roman's winning, but the past few weeks just has me feeling that Cody's got it.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, it's so fucking divisive, man. There's just so many variables here.
And that's what's making wrestling beautiful again.
Yeah.
I've said it 100 times. I'm part of it too. As I talk on the internet and I do the whole backstage stuff and that. But when we didn't know that stuff, man, it was so much better.
Yeah.
It was so much more awesome. Where you could just turn on the first Nitro. You turn on the TV, like, what the fuck is Lex Luger doing in WCW? He was literally just at WWF yesterday.
Right. The surprises, man. I don't care about the inside. So like, I don't read the insider stuff for any industry, to be honest. Like once in a while, Marvel, because I've read all the damn comics. It's not like there's that many surprises in Marvel to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like once in a while, like with Marvel only, I will read industry like rumors, and sometimes about like Star Wars and like Harry Potter, if something news popping up, I'll take a peek. But even horror stuff, I refuse to look at because I love horror stuff, and wrestling I love, so I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away. Like this is the first time I've actually looked at a card before pay per view. I like to go into them sometimes. If I haven't seen the shows in a little bit, I won't even catch up. I'll just go into it.
Yeah. I can see that definitely. Like I said, and that's when it was fun too, is when you couldn't tell what was going to happen. And unfortunately, now it's especially with someone like me and you, Raz. How long? Because you've been watching wrestling for how long?
God, since 86, 85,
Yeah,
86.
right about the same time. I was 84. 40 years watching wrestling. You can easily figure a lot of this stuff out just
Oh,
because
me
if
and
you
Michelle have
watch.
a game on which one of us can figure out the story wrestling line first.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty damn good on it from a writing perspective. I'll get all the main points down, but like the weird details, Michelle will just come up with it and she'll be right. And I'm just like, okay, that was specific. That was very specific predictions, and I cannot believe that exact thing just happened. All right, that's like a 1 in a million chance.
Well, and it's going back to Rockstar again. I think I have so much shit from Rockstar. There was a time where there was a real big heel turn coming, or that came, that happened, where Dave Chris walks out. He's got his manager with him, and next thing you know, Desmond Xavier's with him. Desmond Xavier now wrestles in NXT as Wesley. Uh, Funny story about that guy. He was going to quit the business at one point, and Dave and Jake Chris talked him out of it, helped him a little bit, got his name out there, and now he's wrestling for WWE, you know.
That's a great
But
story.
he comes out, and the minute I saw that Dez was with Dave, I looked at my buddy next to me and go, dude, he's turning. Dez is turning. And all he did was walk out. you know, I'm like, Dez is turning on him right now. Watch.
Oh yeah.
And next thing you know, he turns on he knocks Dave in the back of the head, turns on him, and they start stomping him. And my buddy looks at me like, "How the fuck?" I'm like, "I don't know. It was just he wasn't here earlier. Now he's with Dave all of a sudden. Why the hell else would he walk out with Dave?" And that's the thing. After you watch wrestling for so long, it just almost becomes natural where you can see it coming.
Oh yeah.
But
And
like I
we
said,
mentioned Rockstar a lot, but I want to mention a close personal friend of mine for many years was the ring announcer there, JP Perry, and I just want to give a shout out to JP, dude. I love you.
JP was awesome. We
Fun
used to
fact:
give him so much shit.
I I originally met him when he was still at Wright State working at the radio station,
Hmm.
and this is years ago. And my band, Freak, we'd just been going for like I think within just a year or two, and we'd already had our first LP or EP done, just a 4 track. And we were shopping around all the radio stations, college, bigger. The first person to ever play us on the radio was JP, and that's how I met him originally.
Nice.
That's how I thought I met him, and
Yeah.
then later in life, I realized I knew one of his brothers, and I was at his brother's wedding. And then it turns out also my friend Lucky, who Warp Speed Printing does all our printing, and will be on the show eventually, one of our shows eventually. I've known him since I was 12, but he also grew up with JP, and I had met him previously and just didn't remember it. So I had like all these different connections over the years to JP, but it's like I wasn't wrestling, and then started doing ring announcing. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
But
he
he's a
was.
super cool guy.
Oh no, yeah, he was awesome. He's a great ring announcer. Did a really good job, and we used to fuck with him all the time. Like we'd give him so much shit. I still remember there was one Rockstar used to do this thing called Ludus, is what they called it, like the old Roman Catholic, or the Roman gladiator
Yeah, yeah,
schools and that, where these guys, people could come from around the country, these young guys that are trying to make a name for themselves, and try out for Rockstar basically in front of the crowd and stuff like that. Because while we weren't necessarily the biggest indie out there, we had a really good connection with DJ Hyde and CZW.
oh yeah,
And
yeah, and the connections to the horror community that Rockstar
yeah,
had drew in a whole other thing because they used to do shows for horror conventions and all kinds of shit.
yeah. And so got people, like Mance Warner, a guy who's really big with GCW right now, came through. Cole Radrick, who's in GCW, and things like that came through that. And there was this one match between a guy named Bradley Abrams. Um, I don't know if you know who Bradley Abrams is. I know he's been in a
Yeah.
couple of movies in the area and that, and Samantha Heights. And the whole premise of the match was that he beat Samantha Heights' boyfriend so he could go on, quote, a date with Sam. And the date was the wrestling match. So as she's in the ring, as he's coming out, a couple of us may or may not have bought a bunch of boxes of condoms. And the second he got in the ring, we all threw him in, and JP just falls over laughing and just was telling us how awesome we were for that. It's like, yep, that was pretty funny.
Yep, yep.
And she reacted, in kind, like, what the fuck is it?
That is so fucking up. Yeah, JP is he's amazing. He's an amazing
He
dude, man.
is.
We might have to try and talk him into maybe making an appearance with us one of these times. But back to the card. What's it going to be, Roman or Cody?
Yes.
Officially,
I'm thinking Cody.
Cody. I also think Cody. And I swear the Hogan thing doesn't happen in some way. I'm going to write a letter. All right, that moves us to let's see, we skipped around a little bit here. Okay, the United States Triple Threat Championship. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. I have a prediction for this already, but I just want to see what you guys think.
I have one too, and it involves SummerSlam being in Cleveland. So
But it is being in Cleveland.
It is in Cleveland, yes. And who's from Cleveland? Logan Paul.
True.
Logan Paul's in Cleveland, so even though he's the heel, coming back to Cleveland as the champion, is something they've been liking to do lately. And
we're in a similar train of thought with the Cleveland right now. And
Kevin Owens and Randy Orton really don't need that title.
No, not really.
I think KO needs to be going for the world title. I think he needs another world title reign. I'd like to see Orton get another world title reign before he retires. And I just think Logan Paul's the big thing right now.
I'd really love to see a RKO tag team there, man.
with Logan?
No, with KO and
no,
Randy
I mean against
Orton.
Logan. Like I could see that, but like I think they probably will do it like at one point in time because usually two people will make a deal to fuck up another person so they can fight it out amongst themselves, and I do see that happening.
Well, they've been like KO and Randy Orton have been working together like against Pretty Deadly and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller the past few weeks, and they're cool with each other. But yeah, when it comes to the triple threat, of course, everybody's for themselves, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're 100% going to double team Logan because he kind of has it coming.
Yep.
he does.
But at the end, I think Logan's winning.
I think Logan's gonna pull it out too.
You know who I think is going to win?
Who?
Damian Priest.
Do you think Damian Priest is cashing in for the U.S. title, which would
For the US,
immensely
yes.
piss off the internet so bad?
It would, but I think them building this as the spectacle they're building it to be, with everything going on both nights, and the amount of every title is on line, everything is on the line here, and we're bringing back specialty matches, double crosses, triple crosses, God knows, family members. Like, we're combining. If you really look at this card, we in the match types, we are combining a lot of the greatest WrestleManias ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right down to the Hart Foundation Survivor Series, where every member of the Hart was on a Survivor's team, series team for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
they did the Hart Bloodline thing years ago, like they're doing now. And there's just so many. I mean, there's a million different examples of this on this card right now of so many different things we've seen before that were major moments with all these major, stars from the past coming and just everything built up. And I think he's going to cash it in. But I think also we talked about Judgment Day needing to break up.
Yes.
Rhea's going to be out there on her own. Damian Priest are gonna lose, and Finn's going to lose his shit. And then, of course, already you're seeing Dominic out on his own. And what's the other guy's name who I can never remember?
JD.
McDonough. He's actually doing the speed thing. His first speed match is next week.
Okay.
And he's seeming to be going. They're pushing him hard into that division because it's going to be a new, it's going to be another new little mini division. It looks like, and I think they're pushing him hard to that. And I think if Damian Priest does this and cashes it in, that is going to finally put a nail in the coffin between him and Finn.
I can see that, but I don't see Finn losing his shit. I see Damien losing his shit that they lose.
Really?
Like, because he's been the one who's been getting angry every week,
Lately.
That's true.
Yeah.
Lately. It used to be Finn, though.
Yeah, on Monday, Legado del Fantasma was in their clubhouse or their locker room and that, and he's like, "What the, what the hell are these guys doing in here?"
Right.
And that, Damien's the one who didn't want JD as part of the Judgment Day,
Right.
and all that good stuff. I want to see. I mean, I want to see Finn go on his own. I want to see the Demon again.
Yeah, I want to see Finn on his own. I want to see Damien on. I want to see everybody on their own or doing new things. But I feel like a good push for Damien, who I think deserves his own unique push.
Yes.
I think it would be in this match. But here's how I think it'll play out. I think they're going to beat the shit out of Logan Paul to the point he's just incapacitated for quite a portion of the match. Logan's going to come back and he's going to get it, barely able to even move, and then that's when. So he'll win the belt technically, but I think Damien's going to come down and take it, and I think they're going to build Paul and Damien for SummerSlam and start the feud now.
Yeah.
Because the other thing about WrestleMania is we have to conclude some feuds and start some new ones.
Yes. That's what WrestleMania was always meant to be, is like the culmination of the biggest feuds out there.
Right.
And like you said, we're supposed to start basically almost like the Raw after WrestleMania is supposed to be the new season.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly it, which we're doing something very similar with our show. But we're talking about ending feuds right now. Mostly what we've discussed, night one was not really starting a lot of feuds so much as showing people off, being chaotic, and finishing potentially some feuds or aspects of feuds. And night two so far has been mid feud or ending feud, and this is the first opportunity I see with a Logan Paul build for SummerSlam for there to be something, but then to conclude Judgment Day for everybody in different ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I was writing it, that's where I'd go.
Like I said, the only thing people are going to get, and I can already tell you what the big meltdown's going to be is, well, what's the point of winning the Money in the Bank suitcase if you don't go for the world title? Who says the U.S. title isn't prestigious? You
And
know?
it
Yeah,
damn well is prestigious. And right now, there's too many people vying for the top spots, and not enough people honestly looking at the U.S. Championship, which is why we're stacking Orton in there.
Yeah.
When Orton's the top mainline player, we all know it. We're stacking the card because not enough people are interested. But I think if we get Damian in there, and him and Logan Paul build this huge thing, I think that's gonna change some things for the U.S. belt.
Interesting. That is an interesting way to do it.
I'm gonna move us up to the Io Sky versus Bailey for the women's championship.
This is again another one that's hard to call.
yeah.
Well, Bailey technically has her backup. Um, whether they want to be or not, they're her backup. You know. Uh, I think Bailey. I'd like to see Io get her WrestleMania moment. Because Bailey's had hers in that, but also at the same time is you don't got Bailey much longer either because Bailey's
That's true.
in her mid to upper 30s, you know, and
Yeah,
I know it doesn't. I know it's still young, but for a wrestler that's been wrestling as long as these women have that's pretty old, you know. And
as in terms of age on your body,
yes,
is what you're saying. Okay,
yes, like not physically. Like 35 is not that old, you
right,
know.
right. It's not.
You're
Yeah,
still pretty young. You still got a long time ahead of you. But when you've been putting your body through what wrestlers got to put their bodies through, you might as well have
especially Bailey.
you might as well have a 60-year-old's body. And this might be her last chance to hold a title too. You know, with all these women coming up from NXT and Tiffany Stratton making a name for herself right now. Rhea doesn't just seems like she has a death grip on that title for the foreseeable future. Charlotte's coming back soon.
And what about the women's tag team?
Yeah, Asuka and Kyrie have it. I mean, it almost seems like they're playing second fiddle again, but
Yeah,
I think because they need to get it off the Kabuki Warriors, I think Asuka's better than that title.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you, but I also think we need if we can have two. I mean, do we have two sets of tag team titles for the females like we do for the guys?
No,
Why not? I think there's enough in the company right now to justify this.
Yep.
I think they're focused now. I know a lot of people are pushing for a secondary title, like a secondary singles title for the women.
I'd be happy with that as well.
Yeah, I mean they have plenty of women on roster. They 100% could do a female TV title or something like that.
I
Yeah.
honestly, I'd like to see a title like that and a second women's tag team. I'd like to
Yeah.
see them have as many titles as the men do because there's no reason not to at this point.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
no, because I mean the women have been putting on better shows than the men have lately. You know, Royal Rumble, women's Royal Rumble was as basically the past 2 years.
Yeah.
The women's Rumble has been better than the men's Rumble.
Yep.
But honestly, the past 3 years I think it's been better. This year, Elimination Chamber, women's Elimination Chamber was better than the men's Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
And
I really thought R-Truth had a shot in the women's Royal Rumble. I really did.
But Nia Jax has to get in the way of everything and everything fun.
Yeah, I love her though.
Geez, that's another one I'm surprised hasn't gotten involved in the Bloodline storyline because
Me
she
as
is
well.
Bloodline. She is
Yep.
Bloodline.
Yeah. I've been wondering that
I'm,
myself.
I'm also still shocked because I really thought they were going to put Nia and Liv Morgan in that match, in that Rhea Ripley Becky match. I really did.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm surprised to look at it again today and see that's the same. I'm like, oh, that's okay.
Well, I mean, it's because they've been talking shit about each other and that and all that. It's like the whole thing on the MMA Hour yesterday, where Rhea was smiling the entire time as they're doing this, this pull apart in the MMA Hour studio, and I don't know who the producer, whoever was with the woman with the short hair, or the producer. She was really bad at doing what she was at trying to hold Becky back, and I understand that it's not something they're used to. They're used to real, actual martial arts guys trying to fight each other and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it came off as, it just came off as silly.
I think
yeah,
Bailey's gonna win it too, honestly, because honestly, I'm not gonna repeat everything you said because of everything you said. Honestly, I really think that's what's gonna happen with this. Although I want Io to win because any
yeah,
woman who wears a trash can and jumps off the top of a fucking cage on other people wearing a
yes.
trash can and pulls a total Spike Dudley, in my opinion, has my heart forever. Because that was just
Yeah.
one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Not even just in a females match, but in a match period. And again, I hadn't seen anything like that since Spike Dudley. So.
Yeah, that's just insane, especially because you can't see when you're landing either.
Nope.
But
You just
yeah,
gotta
I'm
shoot
like you.
through the.
I think Bailey's going to win. I'd like to see Io keep the belt, but I do think Bailey's winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also feel that Bailey's got this one in the bag.
Okay. Now this is when I saved for last. You because we were just talking about Roman, so it made sense to talk about it sooner. But honestly, to me, this is almost just as important, if not more important, and that's the Seth Rollins versus Drew for the World Heavyweight.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of still keeping this in the forefront with all the stuff going on between Seth and Rock and Roman, and him being in that match on night one.
Mm-hmm.
They've still been keeping this match very important. And let's not forget that CM Punk will be on commentary for this
Yep.
Yes,
match.
he will be.
And all the shit that he's got a problem with both guys, but all the shit that Drew's been talking, which I love. Everything Drew's been doing with CM Punk, and that is just all the trolling
Oh yeah,
that he's been
I
doing.
and that leads me even more to believe that what we were talking about earlier about Seth Rollins taking a break after this being true because
Yeah.
that otherwise that would be what you push. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
just you would push Seth and Drew, and they haven't.
No.
It's been, I mean, not Seth and
Well,
Drew, Seth and CM Punk rather. Like, and they just haven't pushed that. So them pushing Drew, I think lends more credence to that.
they did say, I think Seth came out today and actually said that it was supposed to be CM Punk and Seth Rollins
Mm-hmm.
at Mania, like, which everybody kind of knew that was going to happen, which everyone would love to see that happen.
Oh yeah,
Um, but I'm perfectly fine with Drew versus Seth, especially like I said, I've never been a big Drew McIntyre fan,
me either.
but ever since Clash at the Castle, he's grown on me.
Oh yeah.
He's grown on me.
Especially when they didn't cut the cameras.
Yeah, that was just still hilarious when he was singing with the crowd. And he's like, "Oh shit, we're still on."
Yeah,
That was great.
yeah, we were laughing our
Um,
asses off.
but this heel turn, I'm 100% for it. The trolling, like I said a couple weeks ago, he stopped his car outside, where all these people waiting for autographs, and they start chanting CM Punk at him. So he turns his radio in his car all the way up and starts playing Cult of Personality, and
Yep.
just the trolling, the T-shirt with him in the grave, like,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
that promo from Monday, um, where it was the eulogy for Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But needless to say, I'm 100%. I think Drew's winning.
Yeah. What do you
I,
think, Matt?
I would love to see Seth Rollins keep his title reign because he's been a great fighting champion. But even sometimes, fighters need a rest. So I think Drew's got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think that's where this is going because they need to get they're pushing to get a belt on Punk. They just brought him back,
Yeah.
and they're pushing it, but then he got injured, and I think they're gonna bring that back up. So I think Drew will get it. Seth will take his break, and then it'll be all the billing is gonna be leading towards SummerSlam, especially it's gonna be that Drew versus Punk push, even harder.
Yeah.
But I think we'll also kind of have a kind of a cue to this. We'll have to all talk in messages. If Becky loses, I think there's a good chance that Seth is going to lose because of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Becky keeps it, I'm gonna have to revisit my thoughts for night two completely. But
Yeah, especially I know the backstage up. Their contracts are also coming up, but neither one of them are going to go anywhere. So
oh
Oh
yeah,
I
no.
don't think that's a factor at all. I really don't. I think Seth needs to go home, rest his back, and I think it's Drew's time. I think it's Drew's time. He's going to win the title in front of people this time,
Yeah, in front of
Yeah.
people.
and actually get that stink of being the quote COVID champion off of him.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
know,
He does need to get that off of him.
he does, and this is going to do it. And there's a bunch of feuds he can have. He could defend against Jay, and there's I know a lot of people want to see Drew McIntyre versus Gunther, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon just because heel versus heel dynamic really doesn't work the best. Like
Yeah.
face versus face can work, but I don't think heel versus heel can. And there's just a bunch of people he could defend against, especially with the draft coming up and new faces like an LA Knight Drew McIntyre feud. If they move LA Knight to Raw, LA Knight
I would
versus Drew
love to see
McIntyre.
that.
That would be great. It'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah, man. I'm really excited about everything that's going on though. Like for sure. Like I feel like we're all just gonna be talking like starting tomorrow because some stuff starts tomorrow. Well, it's on Thursday. There's a pre-event going on Thursday that's going to be broadcasted from the arena. There's a lot of different little shows. You were
Mhm.
talking about earlier because the fan experience thing they're doing.
Mhm.
They're actually going to start streaming some of the shows they're doing for guests, which starts tomorrow.
Nice. And that's something I've always said they should probably do. At least record them or something, put them on the websites and
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
but we don't know which ones exactly yet entirely are all going to be done. But they're
Mhm.
going to even do a Waller. Was it the Waller experience or whatever? They're going to do one of those. It's going to go on social media as well at
Waller
some point
effect.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waller effect. Yeah,
The
that's right.
Grayson Waller effect.
That's going to be something that's getting pushed on social media. That's going to be like happening there, like for the fan experience, but just happen in general. And there's some other events they were talking about. There's a podcast or two that's going to be done from there, like all kinds of different events. I saw
Yeah.
all kinds of names on that, and that's some of the stuff I saw Hogan attached to as well.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Like I think I saw they're doing the bump from down there.
Yep.
And a few other things, and then because again, right, because WrestleMania is like an entire week,
Yep.
almost like it starts with Raw.
Yeah.
NXT yesterday. Today was Speed, which
Yep.
I know you were watching Speed as we came on. What'd you think of it?
Dude, like a lot of people are hating it, but I liked it. Like it was explosive. They're talking about like some kind of point scoring system if no one actually got the pinfall, but we didn't get to see how that worked yet because it happened. The pinfall, Ricochet actually pulled that off nicely.
With 3 seconds left.
Yeah, 3 seconds left and he got it done. I was impressed. It was all high flying. And I thought, I even mentioned you guys, they're not going to play to the audience because of time. He did.
Yeah.
They actually both did a little bit. They
Yeah,
both
they did.
still did the reactions. They still played to the audience a little bit.
Yeah.
But the
Ricochet
pace was so
pointed
quick.
at literally pointed at the clock at one point.
Yeah. So they played it, but just at a quicker pace to the audience. But they didn't forget the audience was there. And that's what I was most worried about was they would just show up, they'd fight, and it was so quick paced that no one could breathe, and it was going to be a chaotic mess, but it was actually it was simple and nice.
Yeah.
Actually.
And then on top of that, that 3-minute match makes me want to see Dragon Lee versus Ricochet so much more.
Oh yeah.
So much more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And like it's a big push though. I mean, and you got Pete McDonough next week. I didn't even notice who he was up against.
They didn't really have any
Or
pictures.
JD McDonough, sorry. I keep mixing names.
Yeah.
Even the Bronson and Cedric Alexander match was pretty good too.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about Speed. They're going to be doing another Speed event next week. But also, one of the other things I noticed is that Saturday afternoon, they are going to be doing an NXT pay-per-view at noon Eastern time.
Yeah, Stand and Deliver. The main event of that should be Carmelo Hayes. It's not even for the title. The main event's not going to be for the title.
Right.
It's Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a gimmick or a stipulation to that match. Because that's like
awesome.
that's like a blood feud right now.
Nice. But so yeah, I saw that listed. I don't even remember what day the Hall of Fame is on right now.
Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Friday, right after SmackDown goes off the air. I think it comes on Peacock.
Yeah. I saw that it was gonna be on Peacock. I just forgot what I was thinking it was Friday, but like I don't know. They do things so oddly sometimes. But there's just so many pre-shows upon pre-shows and tapings and recordings and events.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like Xavier is doing stuff with his show, and like down there at one point.
This
So
is
it's
this is gonna be one of them weekends. If you're a wrestling fan, and you're a diehard wrestling fan. That is, you're gonna be inside watching TV all weekend.
oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah, and I know that I've got. I mean, my Peacock's ready to go, and all the social medias that they're
Yeah.
gonna. I'm gonna find out every day, like what's playing where, what.
I'm gonna watch what I can. We have Dylan's birthday party on Saturday morning for a couple hours. Saturday afternoon, we made sure to make sure it's done before 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
so we can get home and watch WrestleMania.
If you've
But it was
missed
like,
anything, just message me or Matt, and we'll tell you what you missed.
all right,
Actually, Matt works on Saturday, so I'll be telling him what he missed too.
I might miss some of the pre-show, but I don't think there's any matches on the pre-show this year, so
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the NXT pay per view, all the
Mhm.
extra shit, the pre-show, and
That'll be
everything,
good.
man.
I haven't seen the card. The only matches I know about on the card are, like I said, Carmelo and Trick, which is going to be a damn good match. Um, I'm sure Braun Breaker, and Baron Corbin are defending the tag titles.
Nice.
I think if I remember, I think it's the world title match is Ilya Dragunov and God, what's his name? Tony
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo for the world
Yep.
title, which Ilya.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
don't see them doing it. I don't see them giving it to Tony D'Angelo yet. And then I'm sure Lyra Valkyria will be defending the title. I can't remember. I think she's probably against Roxanne Perez. I think she's feuding with Roxanne Perez right now.
I gotta say, I do like the whole mafia thing that Tony D'Angelo's doing right now, though.
Oh, it's great, yeah. And it works. It fits the character. I think I think it 100% would transition to the main roster too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's one more thing we got to talk about,
Was that?
and that's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Do we know
So
who all is in it?
There is a list. Give me a second. I'm bringing it up right now.
so sad that that's not on the actual card anymore. There should always be I think it would be great if they did like like the what do you call it? The tradition is to start the WrestleMania with a battle royal.
Yeah.
Because we have what the main event of one of the main events of WrestleMania 2 was, of course, the battle royal between the football players and the wrestlers. WrestleMania 4 started with a battle royal where Bret Hart turned face.
It's true.
And started his feud with Bad News Brown. Every WrestleMania has almost a good portion of WrestleManias have had battle royals between the gimmick battle royal and I can't remember what WrestleMania that was at that the Iron Sheik won.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then it was that one a few years ago. I think it was sometime in the 20s where they had that WrestleMania where they brought all these divas back from like the classic divas and that back and didn't introduce a fucking one of them.
Yep. Yep. That was
So
nuts.
you're like, hey, look, Sonny's been eliminated. Well, I didn't realize Sonny was in the match.
Right. So I got our list right here.
All right.
20 participants. We have Cedric Alexander, Ashante Adonis, Kit Wilson, Elton Prince, Cameron Grimes, Veer, Senga, Julius Creed, Brutus Creed, Ivar, Akira Tozawa, Otis, JD McDonough, Apollo Cruz, Andrade, welcome back, Ricochet, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Omos.
You would think Omos would win it because he's like a million feet tall.
Yeah.
I want to see
But-
Bronson win.
I still
I'm
think
a
Braun
real
Breaker's going to get
Bronson.
in there. I think Braun Breaker gets in, and I think he wins it.
He's not on the list.
I'm just saying he's going to be. They're going to put more guys in it. They are.
Well, there's usually 20.
Is it usually only 20?
I thought.
Oh.
I could be wrong. We can
If
maybe
that's
see
the case,
something.
I would have to say maybe and either Omos or Andrade.
They're saying that this is the official lineup that all the participants have been
Okay.
advertised.
I'm wrong. I would have loved it. I don't know. They got to do something. They ain't really done much with Bronson on the or Braun Breaker on the main roster outside of him just destroying Zion Quinn on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. Like
Yeah.
bell rings, he spears the shit out of him and just pins him.
Oh yeah.
But and if it ain't obvious, I'm a huge Braun Breaker fan. I love I know I grew up with the Steiner
No, not at
brothers.
all.
Love the Steiner brothers, and one of my favorite things about the Steiner brothers was like, you'd have a conversation before the match and was like, well, I really don't want to do this suplex. Oh, motherfucker, you're going.
I'm weirded out about something. Like Ivar's there, but no Eric.
Eric's injured.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. They just threw him in there to give him something to do.
It's one of the reasons you haven't seen Valhalla. You've seen Valhalla with Ivar a few times, but Valhalla and Eric are married in real life, and I think she's been, at home here in Ohio. They both live in Ohio.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she used to wrestle as Crazy Mary, and she used to come to Rockstar a lot.
Oh no shit! I don't know
Yeah,
why I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Valhalla's Crazy Mary Dobson.
I
She used
didn't
to come
even.
to Rockstar when she was with Madman Pondo.
I remembered the name, but like for so long, it's
Mhm.
been so long since I've seen her face, and I've been seeing her in WWE, just not thinking about it.
Yeah, Sarah
And then
Logan
like, yeah, I completely, man,
was
wow.
working for a video store when she got signed to WWE. Um,
I do
and
know
she
who
was
she
one of
is
the ones
after all.
watching her. Yeah, she was one of the ones watching on the
Crazy.
indies that you knew she was going to do something.
That is fucking
Um,
awesome, man. I just, yeah, I for some reason my brain did not compute this X amount of years.
yeah, nice girl, sweet girl, loves they like the whole Viking thing that they do. That's them. That's like their personalities. Like
Yeah.
they do Viking Renaissance fairs and things like that. Well, they just love the Viking culture.
There's a campground in Ohio that's all Viking themed that I know they used to go
Hmm.
to a lot as well. They used to like
Yeah,
do big get-togethers over there.
yeah, because I think they have like a big farm in eastern Ohio, and because I know at one point Ruby Riot was staying with them on the farm, because like Crazy Mary or Valhalla and Ruby Riot are like really cool, really good friends. Or Ruby Soho, I think is what she goes by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know they're really good friends, and outside of wrestling, and
That's awesome, dude.
yeah.
If you guys haven't seen this clip yet, I know this is a little bit off topic, but Ricochet Rabbit slammed Ivar, and that was the coolest thing I've seen in a while.
I will always call him Ricochet Rabbit for like all eternity.
It
I'm not
was
doing it now.
it was so crazy to see little Ricochet slam Ivar. Like it was nuts. That was this past Monday. I'm
That
pretty
is
sure.
nuts, dude.
Yeah, Ricochet's getting a good push right now. He's been embarrassing the Judgment Day on a weekly basis. Pinning Ivar, and then
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying then on social media you always get his girlfriend's reactions up from ringside because he's dating the ring announcer. I can't remember her name right now, but and you can see like when he hit that was a couple weeks ago he hit a I guess it's called the Poison Rana, the reverse Hurricane Rana,
Yeah.
and it scared the shit out of her when he hit that.
I think I'm going to call it now, and Ricochet is going to be our WWE Speed Champion.
I think he's got a good shot. He's got a good shot at it, man.
Kind of built for him, honestly. You know, he's fast. He's great at what he does. So yeah, I can see it. I could 100% see it happening.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this has been a crazy show, man. We got to the card and all the content connected to WrestleMania. We talked speed. We talked the Battle Royal. We've covered a lot of things today.
We had
Very true.
last show before Mania.
It's the big one. It's the
Always
big
got to
one.
run. You always got to run a little long on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, we could have been done like 20, 30 minutes ago if it weren't. I mean, with this part, if it
Yeah.
hadn't have been for, the technical issues.
Which it happens. I mean, live recording, guys.
So here's our question: do we want to go ahead and do our final episode for before WrestleMania of MMW?
I'll leave it up to Steven.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you, Steve. I'm fine either way.
I mean, I can keep going.
All right, guys. Well,
well enough.
yeah, I'm gonna hit. We're gonna play some commercials,
Okay.
and yeah, then we'll get some MMW going. And after WrestleMania, I think we now have the ability to possibly remake everything in 2K24.
Yes, there's been a lot of great creations, including ours. Seeing that is back to back diamond creator level.
Nice.
Indeed. So, all right, guys, here's some beautiful ads for you. As soon as I get down here and press the button, because I got to press the button, and it's so hard to find the buttons I need, man. So move them all up, and okay, there we go. All right.
Button.
Greetings and shabebans. We are the Retro Redoctopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Well, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Redoctopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Your King Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Redoctopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Some lovely ads. We love our fake core and our retro Redoctopus.
Yes, we do. Actually, I think that was the first time I've seen the fake core one, and that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was a fun one to build, man. Fun to build. Like all our shows. I'll see if we've been able to do the show normally. We just still played it between this and the MMW, but like all our shows, I've been featuring the ads for I think a couple weeks now, officially. But yeah, let's see here. Let me do my view screen stuff really quick. And eventually I am gonna go back and separate the show from MMW so they kind of have their own videos, just to make MMW its own playlist. I just haven't had the time lately, but I will get to that eventually. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna do my screen share. Let's see if this works. It should work, but let's see. Can you guys see it?
I can see it.
Check the audio for me. Let's see. How's the audio on that?
Yep, a little too loud.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look right there, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the loud part. It'll stop being as loud in a moment. A lot of these belts have already changed hands.
Yes, they have.
Yeah. I was gonna say, didn't Stone Cold beat Spawn last time?
Yeah, we had a lot of craziness. We will be getting an all-new promo for this as well because we're gonna have new wrestlers. So yeah, look for all new promos, period, for the regular show and for Moon Baby next time. Making more work for myself.
The following contest is
Also, a new arena.
Yeah, new arena. Ahead of the other new arena we're going to have. We'll turn on just a little bit more. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah. I've not seen any. Last time I saw these matches when I was editing them, and I don't even remember how any of them turned out. So,
Taxi.
we love the monster.
Oh yeah, we do. Still going under radioactive therapy.
Yep.
Funny thing is that Horror Hound, we actually bought the Toxic Avenger box set that Lloyd Kaufman
Nice.
had pre-signed because we bought it on Sunday when he had already left.
Yeah.
This dude signed the plastic. So I'm looking like, I know we could always go to another convention and have him re-sign it, but I thought it was like, yeah, now we can't open it.
Yep.
But yeah, Toxic Avenger is
You need to open it carefully and laminate it, man. Just laminate the packaging. X-Acto knife right around where you sign it and laminate it.
nice. Wow, it is.
So we got Toxie and Stone Cold. This is a
Oh,
hell of a match because Toxie won that qualifying match.
Okay. In the hell and in the cell.
A lot of big matches going on here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, getting us all pumped up for the Stone Cold.
Let's just hope Stone Cold's cancer cells do not react to the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, some mutations happening already. We have been sort of able to introduce a sort of invisible barrier radiation shield to keep other wrestlers, from dying of radiation poisoning.
Yeah, that was a great invention by us. Actually,
It was.
who made that? I thought that was Ash, right? Ash helped us make that.
Ash came up with the idea, but it was actually Dell and Jenny that figured it out.
Oh, okay.
They're sort of our R&D department for a lot of things we come up with.
Yeah, if they can make it happen, man.
That's when they're not in the show with us because they're backstage, making sure things work out okay.
Yeah, backstage crew is very important.
It is. Without the backstage crew, you can't have an actual show.
Exactly.
Hell no, you can't.
Gotta have the producers.
Yep, it's important, man. I still think this might be a tad too loud, just a tad. Try one more step down and see how that is. That's probably a little bit better, yeah, because you can hear us a little bit better over it, so. Yeah, hold up that belt.
Let's do it.
That shiny, shiny belt. Locking up right off the rib. Oh, side slam.
You gotta give Stone Cold credit, not backing down from the superhero.
Oh, no, definitely. Stone Cold doesn't back down from anybody.
Oh no.
But neither does Toxie. So this is actually a pretty good match if you think about it. I do feel like Toxie survived a lot more than Stone Cold has, though.
A little bit. He even had to find himself in one movie.
Yep, he did. It's been a whole movie finding himself. Finding himself and then fighting himself. It was the whole thing.
Yes.
It's a real character arc, man.
That's character development, man.
Of course, we know 50% of everything that Toxie earns in the company does go to a charity for the blind in New Jersey.
This is true. Some weird out of the way town called Traumaville.
Yeah. Sadly, Matt has yet to see those films. I'll get him there eventually.
Raz, what is wrong with you? You gotta show him these movies.
Man, I only get so much time with it, man.
Boom!
right
Right
onto
onto
the
the chair.
Oh shit, man. Just goes to show you that radioactive resiliency, man.
Oh yeah, he
Bouncing
just
back
popped
and
right
rolling up
back
off
up.
that. He did. He rolled right off of it,
Snake ass.
kicking him to the post.
Boom!
And as we mentioned before, a lot of our special guests have powers of some kind that we do have to limit. So if you're wondering why he's not just crushing Stone Cold's head with that chair, it's because of the dampener we have.
Yeah, we want to make sure it's as equal as possible.
And we had to lock up his mop.
Yep.
We did have to
His
lock
mop
up the
is
mop.
is encaged right now, and he does have an implant to lessen some of his remaining strength.
But the mop is also a new weapon added in WWE 2K25.
24, you mean?
No, it's coming out next year.
Okay.
24 does
It's
have a
just-
broom though.
It does have a broom. It's getting there.
Wait, is that that's a sledgehammer?
Yeah, this is 23 still.
Man, he's just destroying him with that kendo stick.
We go into
is,
fucking
man.
town with it.
And just a totally botched scenario there. Okay.
Gotta give it to him. Toxie's putting up more of a fight than Spawn did last week.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. He's just like pummeling him, man. Like Stone Cold's got to get it together in this. Oh, there we go.
Oh man.
He's just showing off.
He is. Again, although we did dampen his strength, he is still naturally quite strong.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't dampen it too much because then he turns into this nerd in a tutu.
Yeah, that's true. We can't reverse the mutation.
We can't have Melvin.
Yeah, no Melvin. Okay, Stone Cold's bringing it back a little bit now. Turning some tables. Oh shit! Oh, I thought he was gonna like do something on the top rope there, but nope, he just faced the hammer. It's hammer time. Turns out you can touch this. and then once again, Toxie just breaks that turnaround.
Jeez, just tossing him. You got a
Yes.
pin.
Oh, Stone Cold kicks out on the 2.
Gonna have to do a lot more than that to Austin.
Yeah. Oh, the reversal. Every time he's getting the mud hole stomped in him today. Oh shit! Really? Oh,
That might be it.
Sit out
And-
powerbomb.
Stone Cold is down and stunned. I think this is over, man. Oh shit! He
He kicked
pulled it
out.
I'm really surprised on that kick out. I thought he was down.
Oh, he's going up.
High risk
All the glory.
maneuver.
With the elbow.
Oh. Oh shit!
This is a
Straight
strength.
off the ground.
Of the Toxic Avenger, man.
The Bulldog power slam.
Yeah, this has got to be it. Oh my! He survives again.
Just can't pin him.
You can't.
That's the rock. How hard that is.
Yeah.
It only took him 3 WrestleManias.
He's like, okay,
Fucking throws him.
that should have broke his back and the cage.
Again.
Maybe fucked up that mat down there. I mean, that was a lot.
You know though, is Toxie screwing up though or messing up because he's not going out there and capitalizing.
He's not.
He's letting
He's
Austin get up.
But at the same time, like Toxie's used to fighting villains, like where he does have to go the extra mile and rip their face off and murder them and things. But he still is a good guy, and it's not like Stone Cold's a villain,
It's true.
I think he's trying to show some restraint. It's just working against him.
Yeah, you can't restrain against Stone Cold.
Oh no! And another breakout.
Kicks out
Toxie's-
again.
He's beside himself at this point in the ring.
He just doesn't know what else to do.
Oh, and again with that sledgehammer. Honestly, other than a move or two and like 2 hammer hits, Stone Cold has just been buried in this match, man.
We got a finisher. Oh, the finisher's blocked.
Did not want to get hit with that hammer a third time. Now playing musical ropes. Okay.
Musical ropes.
Toxie drops him with 1 punch.
What was
Ooh,
that?
the rollout.
I don't know what that was.
That was an Autobot.
Okay, this time he's following through and he's coming out. Okay.
Finally going to capitalize.
Oh,
what a kick.
felt that from here. He's really taking it to Steve at this point, man. How is that cage still intact? He's just wrecking him, man. Like, this is barely even a fight. It's very one-sided, which I don't mind, but holy shit.
The brutality.
How is the fence should have just been obliterated on that side.
Someone does have to remind Toxie, though. I know we wanted him to capitalize on the outside, but he cannot win it on the outside.
That's true. That's true. Some more fence action here. Oh. Finally. That's not whose body I thought was going to break the cell open, but.
Oh, he's going up.
Yeah. Stone Cold just climbing for it. And Toxie just gets up like a whirlwind there. Doing the spinneroonie on his way up. Five time. Stone Cold got himself a little bit of a breather there.
Good block.
It was a good block. That was solid. Oh, big knee. Are we going to see another bust down to the top, or are they going to give up? Sometimes they'll fight it out.
Whoa, he almost fell.
He did. I thought he was going to go for it. Oh, no, this could be worse. Okay. Now he was on a crossbeam. We're okay.
I mean, his back's not, but
Yeah, that's true.
he got
Stone
stunner.
Cold.
The whole match, Stone Cold just can't get it together until he crawls up on the cage. And then it all changes from there. And Stone Cold is now just wrecking the shit out of him.
Hell yeah, he is.
The top of this cage has just not been. Oh my god!
Down he goes.
I did not expect that at all.
Oh my!
I haven't
God.
seen anybody fly out the top of the cage like that since Mick Foley.
Toxie might be dead.
This is awesome. We'll play chat.
Oh my
Crowd.
gosh!
Wow, Toxie is even still on his feet right
He's
now.
still walking.
Austin is not letting up.
No, he's not. He's taking it to him. Talk about a turnaround, though. I mean, that was a major one for Stone Cold there for a while, but somehow Toxie's still on his feet and taking control back of the match again. With a show of strength, even. You, sir, are performing moves your stamina bar does not support.
Getting thrown off a 30-foot cell would hurt your strength a little bit, but it's showing it's not hurting his.
I think the damage just recharges Toxie at a point. If Toxie deserves to win in my book at this point in time. I mean, he's controlled most of the match, got thrown off the cell through the announce table, and is still just on his feet. But Stone Cold's got that boot and rally, man. I think he might throw him to the cage in the opposite direction. Oh, we're going back up again.
Shit.
Is Toxic gonna make that? He's going up there.
Stone was waiting for him though. Oh.
Toxic
Insult
going
to
for the
injury
ride
here.
again.
Oh, jeez.
Another trading head slams.
Who's it going to be?
Toxic might be coming out this cage. Oh no! I did not see that coming at all. Wow.
Austin is getting up.
And Toxic's gonna climb up the rest of the way.
Austin was
He's got to go back up.
I think
barely
Toxic needs
beat.
to redeem himself here.
Well, he's looking a little tired up there.
Yeah. Not the time to pose, Toxie. You had all that time he was climbing up the cage. Oh.
You know, unfortunately, if Toxic Avenger doesn't win this match, it's going to beg the question: is did he not win because he didn't capitalize?
True.
Yeah.
And I think if he loses, I think you're right. That's got to be what it is. What are we doing here? Oh, right on another crossbar. Oh, no. Where are we going on this one? Right on the... Oh! And it was enough to break to the cage with Toxia. This has got to be it. This
I
might
think
be...
Stone Cold's dead.
Yeah,
no, he's
I don't know.
moving.
Guess there's a secret stretcher back there he's trying to get himself on.
I didn't even notice Toxie was busted open.
Oh, yeah. That happened when he fell off the top of the cage
All right,
onto
well,
the announce table.
Warn the doctors they need to be careful around his blood.
Yeah. Trust me, we're on it. That was... My adrenaline is still up from that match, man.
What a great opening match.
That was one of the best matches we've called so far. Oh, the Starbusters are back. I forgot. Yeah, they're in here.
Still the most random team up.
It is. But somehow it worked so well in their last match that they decided to continue the tag.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I don't know what the hell was
right.
going on there.
All right, cut that guy off.
Yeah. That's some Allied After Dark shit right there.
He's having a little too much fun at the event.
Their existence as a tag team makes me smile. I don't know why, it just does. And it should be noted that we still don't know. We're not going to know until after WrestleMania who is still signing on, because we're going to have a lot of new stars, some returners. We don't know who's going to stick with MMW after this. Now, if you recall, there was some cheating that happened in the match that won them the title. Sam used the help from a demon for some reason who possessed his arm and helped him take the title from the ladder match.
And that's not really Sam either, too, man. That's got to be some soulless Sam stuff.
I mean, he's still got some friends in some low places,
Oh, yeah.
potentially.
Got him, and I'm not too familiar with the guys from Supernatural. Didn't really watch that show, but I know last time they did have a really good outing.
Oh, man, absolutely love the show. Can't wait for it to officially be back at this point. To me, like, it's the natural progression from Angel and Buffy. Just straight up.
I can see that.
And it was a CW show just like they were. So, it makes sense.
It was
The
on
drama.
forever. I know it was on forever.
Oh, yeah. Was it 15 seasons, I think?
The following contest is a tag team steel cage
Okay, guys.
and is for the Action Championship.
So
Ooh.
is this a pin or submission cage match or an escape cage match?
That's a good question.
I'm not I don't remember.
If it's one of the escape ones, it's a very interesting dynamic that you have to have a lot of strategy about when you climb out. Because once you're out, you're out. You can't go
Oh, yeah.
save your opponent, and it becomes 2-on-1 if you climb
Right.
out before your partner does.
And Sam was fined after that last interference. One more time and it's a suspension. So,
Did we bring in an exorcist before this match to make sure that
we did. We did.
Okay. Was it a good exorcist? That's the real question. Or
we brought in actually. I would say so. We had a team of 3 on this one because we couldn't just do one just to be safe.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered our bases, and they're permanently on staff now for a lot of reasons.
I mean, we do have Beetlejuice on roster too. We could have just had him exercise,
Well, he's a bio-exorcist. It works in reverse.
Venkman's trying to, banning his partner in there.
Oh yeah, and we haven't seen as much as Beetlejuice. He's doing a lot of touring right now for the movie and for the press.
Oh yeah.
So
we got to support his decisions.
Oh yeah. So but we're hoping he comes back in the new season. We're just not sure yet. Like I said, a lot of contracts are on the table still. Much like with the Hardy Boys. But Sam, of course, is already trying to leave.
Oh, he's getting up. I think he's done. I think he's going to get out. He's going to leave. I don't know. Obi-Wan's still there.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's holding on to him, man. If he kicks Obi-Wan down, he's out. But if not, Peter Venkman coming in.
At the same time, if you're Obi-Wan, do you just let Sam get out though, and then this way it's just you and Peter Venkman against Dean Winchester?
True.
Just to beat the living shit out of him while he's in there, and then take your turns getting out of the cage.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta see. There's not much tag team dynamic going on between Sam and Dean. Sam just keeps trying to escape and nothing else. But Obi-Wan and Peter Venkman have really been tag teaming this.
Oh yeah, it must have been after one of their fights, man. You know how they are.
Yeah, they're brothers. That they argue, and then Sam just wants to ditch Dean, and this happens a lot. All right, Peter's going up now.
Sam might be there to stop him.
Yep. Dean's making a big comeback in the ring right now, though. I say that right as he gets slammed. Oh, even worse than a slam. But Sam's just been getting owned a lot. He's been escaping or owning. And Peter's back on Dean. Oh, that kick up. That was a beautiful kick up. Only to be put right back down. But you got to get up to get down,
Oh! The reversal into a neck breaker.
And Sam is just laying in the corner at this point. Oh, he's fighting up. The Moose is making a comeback. Oh, he knocks Venkman down.
Oh, good snap suplex. Angle slam.
That was something. But Obi-Wan's just tearing up right now.
And like you said, there's more of a tag team dynamic between Obi-Wan and Venkman because Obi-Wan didn't try to get out of the cage after doing the Olympic slam.
No, he didn't.
Slam on Dean. He actually wouldn't help his partner, who's now doing the Shane McMahon shuffle.
Yep, I noticed that. That was pretty epic. There's Venkman trying to get the distraction in there.
Just Sam. Oh, just reversal after reversal for Sam.
But that was enough for, to get some movement up there. Oh, he's getting pulled down.
Now, what have we done to counter the force?
That's been really tough. But yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, that was the answer. A force field. Sam once again going for that escape.
And I think this is the first time we've seen them work as a tag team. Is he's helping his brother escape?
Yeah.
Not thinking that it's gonna cost him a little bit because it's gonna be him versus Venkman and Obi-Wan by himself.
Oh yeah, he's trying. But yeah, he's yanking Sam right off the top of there.
Oh.
I think Sam might actually make it out on this one. It depends on how quick Peter is to the draw and how quick Obi-Wan gets back. Now they're both.
Dean.
Oh, here we go. Okay. We're trying to drag him back down. This is exciting. Rubbing his face right against her, looking to erase her. Obi-Wan's got to put Dean down so he can help. And it looks like it's
another
exactly what
angle
he's doing.
slam.
There we go. Oh, he's telling them, I guess. He's keeping him occupied, though. Well, he was. Oh, there he goes again. Okay. There we go. Keeping him occupied. We might see Peter Venkman actually make it out on this one.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting caught.
No, yeah, he's out. He is out. There's no getting him back, so he made it out. And Sam just seemed very confused there for a minute. Like he had no idea what was going on. He just kind of stood there.
And the only thing is this is going to make it exponentially harder for Obi-Wan to escape because now he's got two Winchester brothers to deal with.
That's true. But he's also been, I think, the most dominant wrestler in this match so far.
It's true.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I was Dean, I would leave Sam in the ring and be like, fuck you, buddy. I'm the one that did all the work. Yeah, Dean's definitely getting out. He's out.
Yeah.
He's getting out.
Sharpshooter.
And Obi-Wan is in the sharpshooter, happened to watch Dean climb out.
Yep. Right in position to watch him climb out. And Dean's out. Uh-oh. The eventual 3-hour reversal happened. It all comes down to this right here, man. And I think Obi-Wan's going to pull it off over Sam.
Oh.
I think there might be a little bit more of a fight to it, but
I think Obi-Wan should have capitalized right there. Although
he
Sam
might.
is still down. Sam is still down.
Oh my God! Hold on.
Sam's getting up.
But will he have enough time? Why is he not running?
he got the leg over. I mean, he can still be dragged back up at this point. No, he can't.
Nope.
No, he can't. And he's just glaring. They're just glaring at each other. And look at him playing around on there, just like.
And
he just eyed Sam and played with it on the way down.
That's great.
The Starbusters officially won the titles.
New tag team champions.
Good job, Starbusters.
Here are your winners.
Like I say, their tag team dynamic has been the best in the men's division so far.
Oh yeah.
Have that moment together. All right. That was gorgeous.
They both got spirit, man.
Now, what does this lead the Winchester brothers? Do they turn on each other? Do they keep fighting as a tag team?
It's hard to say, man. Everybody had a 3-show deal for all the entire lineup while we were trying to see how successful the Federation would be, and turns out that people are enjoying it, so we're going to continue it and sign new contracts. And if they stick around, we'll see. But rumor is they might be gearing back up here soon to go to their own show. Back to their show. Looks like there's going to be a Supernatural revival, and plus they're both now officially in The Boys.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that. I got to watch that too.
Oh, wonderful show. Actually, like half the production cast and a good chunk of the actors went to The Boys, and the rest mostly went to Doom Patrol. With the exception of Sam, who just went to Texas Walker.
I don't know, I'm so behind on so many shows. We've been watching Resident Alien lately, and that's been really good.
I'm waiting for the new season to be completely out, and then I'm going to rewatch the first 2 seasons also.
Yeah,
that
we're about an episode or 2 into the second season right now.
I love that show, man.
It's great.
This is another interesting match, man. Lady Death has just been wrecking her way through the women's division. I gotta say, she's been killing it for me in GM mode too.
She's just one badass motherfucker.
She's been dominating the entire women's division and all the GM runs I've been doing. She's one that I much hope she sticks around.
So it begs the question: is this going to be a title match for her?
We'll see.
Because she's been dominating.
It is a title match. That's our other female that's been dominating is She-Hulk. Honestly, between the two of them, this is going to be a good matchup.
This is almost one where I don't think superpowers would even come into effect.
No. I mean, they both have their own unique superpowers, but yeah.
But it wouldn't give either one the advantage. Unless, She-Hulk threw Lady Death to Montana.
Yeah, then, she'd win from count out. That's the thing. She-Hulk can definitely throw Lady Death farther than a 10-second run.
Yes. But at the same time, does Lady Death have the power of teleportation?
That is a good question, which I'm looking at right now.
Introducing the challenger from the
In fact, yes. So she would be able to just teleport back. You're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking she did, but I couldn't remember. But she also has superhuman strength.
So there you go. Because She-Hulk, as good as she is, I don't believe she has the power like her cousin. Are they cousins or brothers?
Yeah, they're cousins.
I figured they were cousins. I don't think she has the power that her cousin has, where he just has unlimited power for the more pissed off that he gets.
Let's see here. She's often described as less powerful than the Hulk as a consequence of not having gone through a full transformation. She-Hulk has performed incredible feats, though, at certain times that rival the Hulk's strength. But overall, Hulk is a little stronger.
Now, she does tower over Lady Death, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I do have some early word that Elvira might be joining us in the new season of Mets and Monster Wrestling.
That'll be interesting.
It's just some rumors right now, but
I'm interested to see how she can transition into the world of combat.
Yeah. We did hire her for back in 2022. I remember that was the first version of Mats and Monsters Wrestling a long time ago. We had her as a GM. Her and Beetlejuice were both GMing different shows.
Okay.
And that turned out wonderfully. Like their personalities were fantastic for hosting that. Oh no, maybe we'll actually get Beetlejuice to do some live commentary with us one of these days.
Are we sure that Beetlejuice would be able to focus though? Because he'd be staring at a certain area of Elvira the entire time.
True. That's why we had to keep them on separate shows before.
Okay.
She-Hulk just absolutely obliterating Lady Death here.
And just flexing and not even caring that she's getting punched. This is one of those times where I really thought Lady Death would have a better showing. I mean, they both have superhuman strength. But no, She-Hulk is she's just dominating the hell out of this match.
I think the height and weight advantage has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Was this a ladder match? It's got to be.
Or is it a TLC match?
Oh, yeah, she's just pulling everything out now. Okay, She-Hulk does.
We got a ball bat.
Sweetheart, you don't need that bat. You're better than that bat. Okay, thank you.
Lady Death just not strong enough to pick up the She-Hulk.
No. Okay, no, she's gonna prove me wrong. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's who needed the bat in this situation.
There's the equalizer.
Just ducked under that one.
Big whiff.
The referee just standing in the background with not a care in the world.
Yep. That's how you swing a bat.
Batter up.
Oh my god. Just
Just
she fell too soon on you.
Just swinging for the
Oh,
fences.
we're bat volume 2. Okay. Someone get this bat out of She-Hulk's hands, please.
gonna see if
Rub
she
it.
hits her any more times with the baseball bat, we might have to get medical professionals inside in the ring to check on Lady Death.
I agree.
Yeah.
But Lady Death is picking up the She-Hulk in this situation, though. She was able to actually get her up there for a while.
Oh.
Everything Lady
She
Death
is going back for that damn bat.
everything Lady Death does, She-Hulk has a counter for.
She does. And she just keeps beating her with the bat and tossing her. Picking her up later, beating her some more. It would be an actual miracle if Lady Death somehow pulls this off. I don't see it happening, though.
Like She-Hulk is not letting up.
Nope. What do you possibly need from underneath the ring at this point in time, She-Hulk? A chair.
You got a chair.
Oh.
She's like, not another bludgeoning weapon, please. My brains are still vibrating from the bat. This might be a comeback moment. She seems a little dazed. I mean, I
She
can't
don't know
blame
what
her.
to do there.
I mean, she got beat in the head profusely by She-Hulk with the bat, so I get it.
Where's the ring?
Yeah, she seems confused. Woman, leave the bat alone. Oh!
She's gonna end up breaking that middle bat.
Sometimes I gotta watch my mouth because I almost say something really, really, really bad, and I catch myself right before I say it.
Nah,
I know
was
this is
doing the same thing.
Well, I know this is an 18 and up show, but like I almost crossed the line there. Like last second I caught myself.
You can see the red welts building up on Lady Death's back.
Oh yeah.
I will share with you guys in private what I almost said.
That was in public. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm triple checking myself because I've done that shit before. Right. There you go. Which is why I didn't say it out loud. It was good and on point and hilarious, but not entirely appropriate. When the bat just isn't enough. Stand there for 10 minutes with the steps in your hands.
She's hesitating. You can't hesitate against She-Hulk.
This is just hesitation. I think she just had I think it was a medical issue. She just was standing there and got locked in position and just was so out of it she couldn't move and forgot she had the stairs.
Do we need to stop the match and check for a concussion?
I'm worried that that's the case. Yeah.
The rep is standing in the ring giving fuck all about, what's happening, so
Terrifying situation, man. She's just acting so erratic. Is she gonna remember she has the stairs this time? Nope. Okay, she hadn't actually won the stairs. Yeah, she's got to have a concussion. We definitely have medical on standby at this point, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because She-Hulk's not going to let up. She-Hulk's here to prove a point.
She is. And she remembers she has stairs. She's going to use them.
No, she ain't.
I really thought after the bad epidemic, it was just going to be the stairs was going to be the new thing. Okay, she kind of used them. She did kind of use them. Okay, she wanted this. I think she likes this set of steps better, I'm going to guess. Oh, she tried.
Over the barricade and the disappeared.
Somebody needs to go check on that fan.
He seems all right, and also at least it wasn't glass.
Oh.
I got there some shade at AEW. Sorry, I just had to.
Those
be careful, the
stairs
Twitter
literally
warriors are
just
gonna come out.
disappeared.
Oh yeah, the Twitter wars between MMW and W are gonna be so insane.
I don't know if you guys know this, but She-Hulk and Lady Death were wrestling, and this guy talks shit about AEW.
I would laugh so hard. I would just tell Tony Khan to bring it on, you know.
Well, you know,
I
it's
got
AEW.
nothing against them.
AEW is where you see real wrestling.
Our federation is more real than yours. I'm joking. I would never say that. I respect way too many people over there, man.
Oh yeah.
I
I'll
mean,
joke about it, but that's
you can
about it.
respect the company, but know that the guy running it's a fool.
I don't care for him.
I don't even know who he is.
It's-
I just know he's a billionaire.
Son, billionaire son.
Yeah.
There's a reason we call him Dixie Khan.
I'm still kind of worried about Lady Death, man. Her stomach is all
Yes.
kinds of messed up too. Look at that.
She's going to need some medical attention after this match.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
her ribs might be broken.
I mean, Hulk is, like I said, She-Hulk is just here to prove a point. Lady Death has been dominating lately, and She-Hulk wants to show her there's only one dominant woman in MMW.
She is, and look at. Oh, come on!
Yeah.
It's
A
overkill.
sledgehammer.
Oh.
The bat and the stairs were bad enough, but getting a sledgehammer, that's just punishment at this point.
Come on, She-Hulk, get it back in the ring.
She-Hulk's the new Punisher.
Yeah,
With the steps again.
because she's punishing her.
Oh.
And that's how you use the stairs. That's how you store. Remember, you have them in your hand.
I do not know how many more shots to the head Lady Death can take.
I mean, she's immortal technically, but like with her powers dampened, I mean, we get this is a concern.
Even the sun goes down.
Yep. I mean, and she's fighting her heart out still, despite this just absolute beating. I don't think a table's going to help her in this situation.
Set it up.
I mean, we threw the ladder in the ring earlier and didn't do anything with it either. I think we're just collecting items for Lady Death to get beat with at this point.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon.
Yeah, we got to collect them all. Or catch them all, whatever it is. No, wait, that's STDs.
Oh, here you go. Home run. Slamma jamma.
Oh!
Payback for all those headshots she's been taking.
Yeah. Yep. Well deserved. And that just pisses She-Hulk off more, actually.
Yeah.
So you thought it was bad before, now watch this.
Oh my god.
Broke her in half.
Man, my back is hurting so badly just watching this.
Ref, at what point do you stop this match?
I thought that first match was insane with Toxie and Stone Cold and Long, but this one is just
Grueling.
Lady Death is just not giving it up, man.
She might need a spinal fusion after that one.
She's fighting her pasty little heart out, man. Oh. She's going for something else into the ring. What are we pulling this time? Haven't seen a trash can yet. Another ladder. You had a ladder.
Oh,
Yep, we're setting it up.
Okay. At least we're doing something different with the ladder. We just have to remember it's there. Oh, ho, ho.
We might have to retrain this rep on head
Everything? On everything, I think.
trauma. Just standing in the ring doing nothing.
sir, do you know what CTE is?
Yeah. This guy is fired.
Wait.
I think he's someone's cousin.
Oh,
I mean, I'd be pissed if I was Lady Death too after all that.
Yeah.
The beating she took
Yeah.
and finally getting a pin situation, and that ref just being useless. Yeah, did you just now remember the ladder you put over there? Okay.
hey, CT,
What is
CT.
there? Oh, we got to roll up.
And the ref
Steal it?
just
Oh.
did nothing useful.
It just drops her right on her head again. This might be it.
I did just send an email off to the PR department. That ref is fired.
Yep. We'll be seeing you, Steve.
I said PR,
What
I
did
meant
I do?
HR department. Okay, she remembered she had the ladder. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
come on, Lady Death.
What are you going for the steps for?
She is just all over the place and confused as hell, man.
CTE.
I think
Somebody
she just
stop
likes
this
to
match.
hold them. It's like her Linus blanket. That's the only thing I can figure. Oh, right into that was like not even the rope. That was into the buckle. Got her stunned.
She had her dead to rights on that ladder and didn't capitalize at all.
Again, just stood there with the steps in her hand, all confused.
You know, she's fighting like she has something to prove to everyone instead of fighting as if she's fighting for the women's title.
I agree with you there. I definitely agree with you there.
Ooh.
She-Hulk will just not be put down, man.
Oh.
We're seeing
Second
that move a lot.
finisher.
Yeah.
She snuck it. Wow.
Bring out the stretcher.
Yep. She's officially the biggest badass in the women's division, I'd say. She earned that.
She's the women's champion, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly. She may never wrestle again, but she won that belt.
And is for the Action Championship.
Now, this is, I do believe, the last match of the night.
Bang, bang.
Cactus Jack coming back.
Had a little bit of a scare last weekend. Was supposed to be at Square Circle Expo in Indianapolis and had to cancel, saying he was a little too dizzy and everything. But he also blamed it on a lot of travel
A
recently.
lot of travel, con
So-
crud, like going to one. He'd just been at Lexington Comic Con before that. Like,
And Horror Hound. He left. Well, he did leave Horror Hound a little early, I think, because he
he
left
did. Yeah.
right after the panel.
Panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a number of stars actually leave a little early.
Yeah, the next morning, like everybody got changed up. Like people got moved rooms and put at different tables and everything like that.
We got no real celebrity coverage at all from the network because of all the change ups, the last minute cancels. Way more change ups and issues this year than I'd seen in previous years.
I completely forgot Andy Kaufman was the hardcore
Oh yeah.
champion.
Oh dude, he earned he earned
did.
that champion in that last one.
That is still one of the greatest matches I've been a part of.
Yep. That was just truly epic, man.
Fucking insane.
And now he's coming back to defend his title against Mick.
Now,
In my opinion, it's the best wrestler of all time.
Mick has to be careful though because because Andy Kaufman is known to throw fireballs.
He is. Andy Kaufman, fueled by the power of 10 women.
Oh yeah, brother.
He's playing it up so hard. The person that built this particular setup was fucking a genius, man. Here it is.
Introducing the challenger from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds.
And judging by the life he's led, probably a little bit more on the consequence side.
Yeah.
Yes.
And his opponent from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 165 pounds. He is the Action Champion, Andy.
Andy.
Just Andy.
So he asked to be presented as Mr. Kaufman to the announcer, but they had a whole argument backstage last week at a house show. And since then, he's just been calling him Andy to piss him off. It's been a whole thing.
Yeah, it's been great.
You know, this looks like a lot like that ref from the last match.
I know.
It's his identical twin.
No, I mean, it might be the same guy. I'm not sure yet. HR hasn't gotten to fire him yet. They got to wait till the show's over, I guess. But even if he picks it up in this match, he's still fired. If it's him, I can't tell anymore.
Do we know what kind of a match this is supposed to be? Is it just a straight up hardcore match?
See, half the things we had on the docket were totally screwed up by the announcers and the referees as part of, oh crap, there was a third episode. I thought we were only hired for 2. So there's been a lot of miscommunication backstage.
Yeah. Oh, it's false count
False
anywhere.
count anywhere. Referee out of position.
Originally, I thought we had this scheduled for a street fight, but yeah, I guess for false count anywhere.
Kaufman not letting up.
Oh yeah.
Which against Foley, you kind of have to do that.
You got to, man. We should start making, once we get the new federation going, everything transferred to the new location and all sorted out, we should start making match cards to post in the off week.
Oh yeah.
Cactus Jack is showboating a little bit, and I think we learned after last time you can't really do that against Andy Kaufman.
Nope. That's Andy's job, the showboating anyway. He gets offended when you take a spotlight, man. And just
This is true. He might come out and read War and Peace.
Yep.
Hey, man, that's anybody from Hollywood, California.
Oh. The hard drop.
Oh, what a dodge.
But I mean, and he's got to remember, he's up against a hardcore legend here. If anyone can take repeated beatings, it's Mick Foley, man.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, the tough punch right to the face. And he's working on the legs again, man.
This referee is out of position again.
Again. He's just not in it, man. I don't know what this guy's problem is. He was fine before, but tonight he's just... It's terrible.
I mean,
He's just showing...
Somebody needs to have a little chat with him about how you can't really see if someone's shoulders are down 5 feet away from him.
Yeah.
Just got an email back from HR. So we can't fire the guy. Unfortunately, there was an argument between him and She-Hulk before that match, and she struck him in the head with a bat. So we could get sued if we fire him, apparently. But now at least I understand his hesitancy to do his job.
We'll just start booking more female referees because they don't play.
No, the female referees have worked out a lot better for us ultimately.
I mean, now he's starting to get in the way. Almost cost Mick Foley a pin right there.
Yeah, I think he actually might have a concussion himself.
You get CTE, and you get CTE.
We may have to work on some sensitivity training with She-Hulk. No more bats for She-Hulk. No, we're not going to book her in any more weapons matches because it just...
Or at least make sure we have a competent referee that knows what to look for when someone gets a concussion.
That's true.
And She-Hulk might need to go to anger management.
We can make Mick be her special referee for all our matches.
1, 2, out of position again.
This guy.
Oh,
I told you, boy. All right, what's Mick grabbing now?
oh,
Sledgehammer.
wow.
The Mick hammer. All the flips in the world ain't gonna save you, Andy. I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, fisherman suplex.
That was nice.
Again, referee's not in position.
Again.
That would have been 3.
Would have been. Mick is no stranger to be on the other end of the sledgehammer. Triple H made sure of that. Oh, he just jumped over the sledgehammer and then got hit anyway. I gotta say, Andy's really sloppy with his sledgehammer work, though.
Going up. And down.
Ooh. And they've really kept this outside too, man, which is nice. Sometimes falls count anywhere. They tend to gravitate back to the ring by nature, but like these guys have no problem getting dirty outside the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he threatening the referee with the sledgehammer?
He did. And what? Did you see that referee stand even farther away when he did it?
Out of position.
That would have been
I can't
that
blame
would have
him.
been 5.
I can't blame him that time though. He's out of position. I'd back off, like you said, Raz. I would back off.
Yeah, I mean,
Cactus Jack threatened me with a sledgehammer.
you took a bat to the face from She-Hulk, and now Mick's threatening you with the hammer. You gotta at some point in time worry about your safety, and I get it. But we do pay them extra in the safety clause of their contracts, but
Nice reversal.
he's really targeting those legs of Mick. That's smart.
Didn't capitalize on the takedown. Foley might be hurt.
Oh.
Never slide into your opponent from under the ropes with the weapon in your hand. It's not great.
That was a low blow.
It was a little too low.
Oh.
This might
This
do
might-
it.
Let's see. Somehow Andy survives again. Andy Kaufman. I did not expect this.
How many people kick out of that pile driver?
Not many. And Andy is he's all bloody.
Oh.
And shit like that is why. You could end it, Mick. And Mick's just like, I could have.
Now we
But now, not yet. Now we go for it.
Good night.
I mean, the ref could have ended it at any time.
Man,
Here is your winner and new Action Champion, Cactus Jack.
and there we go, guys.
Wow.
That was our most insane show yet. And just think,
That it was.
the next time you see it, there could be an all new roster, man. Like, what I think we might want to do is a draft at some point. Maybe not this time around, but like sometime soon, we should think about a draft.
I mean, we definitely got to question our officiating contracts and things like that. We got to
Yeah.
definitely talk about refs and maybe send them back to some training.
Yeah, and we got some real options here because we've just been trying this out with one show.
That's true.
You know, like we have some opportunities here to franchise MMW to multiple nights and do different shows. I mean, it's always an option. It's definitely something we got to think about in the future. A lot of planning needs to go into this.
This is true.
Plotting demise.
Between the planning, making sure that we can make the matches even with the supernatural aspects and the superhero aspects and everything.
Yeah, and then with the three of us doing this together now, we've increased our abilities to handle things that need to be handled. We have a full R&D team now. Like, we've gotten bigger in these 3 episodes than we expected we would at this point. So that's always promising.
Oh yeah.
I think we've covered everything from WrestleMania and beyond to this wonderful next episode of Mad Monsters Wrestling. I have no idea what else we could possibly cover today. Technical difficulties and all.
The only thing I want to remind everybody of is I am doing that movie podcast on Friday. I'm going to attempt to go onto my own and do a movie podcast. I still haven't decided what time Friday I'm going to do it. Again, you guys, just like you guys invited me, you guys can come on mine if you want.
Hell yeah.
We're going to do Body Slam, 1986 movie. Very interesting stuff doing research on this movie. Never realized at the time that I can't remember the guy's name, Hal something, but he's the guy who directed Smokey and the Bandit 1 and 2. He directed Cannonball Run 1 and 2. A lot of Burt Reynolds movies, directed this movie. But 2 fights on set, like 2 physical altercations on set during filming, and a very interesting story about why the movie never received a theatrical release.
Wow.
It never made it to theaters and possibly could have. It could have made a really decent money in 1986, but that's what I'm covering on Friday. So
Hell yeah, man. And we'll make sure you guys get links to all that stuff as well, because we're gonna pimp that for him, so you guys can tune in and watch it. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've always wanted to talk about movies, and that the Bloody Binge podcast, it's going to end up being, we're going to do horror movies, we're going to do grindhouse movies, exploitation, all the movies. I know a lot of people do horror movie podcasts, and that I want to expand a little bit further out than just horror. I want to cover the cult movies, like I said, the grindhouse and exploitations. I'd love to cover Mel Brooks movies. I love Mel Brooks movies.
So what's the setup for your show? Like, you're just gonna watch the movie and talk about like all the details behind it, and
I'm gonna talk. Right now I think it's gonna be like new. We're gonna probably try to do some horror movie news at the beginning or some news at the beginning. Talk about some of the filming, some of what happened backstage. Interesting story. The stories at least I find interesting. I'm not gonna repeat, go through the whole filming process and that.
Right.
And then maybe a play-by-play of the movie. Where I just go through and do a deep dive of the film. I've got a few podcasts that I've listened to in the past. I know a couple of them haven't recorded in a while. I'm trying to combine the elements of all those and without copying, without it feeling like I'm copying anybody.
Right.
But I'm interested to see where it's going to go. I don't have a planned format yet. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to wing it for the first time to see what works, what doesn't work, and go from there.
That's why you do the episode 0, man, to kind of get your legs under you and sort it all out.
Heck
And I
yeah.
figured, yeah, and I figure a movie that I've seen 100 times, one of my favorite movies. I used to love this movie as a kid. And that's the thing too is with WrestleMania weekend, a lot of people, everybody wants to do Ready to Rumble. Everybody wants to do the Wrestler, and both the Mickey Rourke version and the Vern Gagne version.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize there was a 1960s movie with Vern Gagne called The Wrestler.
Yep.
Which I do own the VHS copy of.
Nice.
And other wrestling movies like Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies, I've seen done to death.
Yeah, that one's been done a lot.
I do have a movie. It's in storage, unfortunately, called WrestleManiac with Rey Mysterio Sr. in it.
Oh wow.
I remember that one too.
It was an interesting movie. It's not, and I would love to eventually start doing some El Santo movies with Blue Demon, and that for those who don't know, El Santo is one of the greatest luchadors of all time who made movies, and most of his movies were horror movies.
Yep.
And I think only recently, I don't know if it's Vinegar Syndrome or Synapse or someone is starting to put his movies out again and actually putting the subtitles in, because before it was almost impossible to find a movie with the subtitles.
Right.
And I love El Santo, so definitely looking forward to covering his stuff too. But yeah, I figured no one really covers Body Slam. I want to cover Body Slam.
That's awesome. I haven't actually watched that in forever, man. I'm gonna have to check that out again soon.
Yeah. It's on Tubi and it's on Amazon.
To be or not to be.
Yes, Tubi is. If you're a horror fan and you don't have Tubi, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's all we talk about on the Tomb. Every time we spin the wheel and choose our movie for the next time we do Tomb, we have the To Be or Not To Be segment where we go and check to let people know whether it's on Tubi or not. I've even emailed Tubi to get it like, hey, we do this whole thing, and nothing back, nothing, just crickets.
No. I'd love Tubi. There's so many movies I've seen on there that I would have never watched before. Like I learned about Joe Sherlock on there, and he's becoming one of my favorite guys. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago where I watched a movie called Gore. That's on the Trauma app, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about it.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
It was fun to watch. I will say that, but there were so many what the fuck segments in that movie that begged to be talked about, like how old girl gets bored in the woods. She's in the woods reading a book while everybody's while they're all on a hike. Looks at everybody, goes, "I'm bored. Let's go back to the house." So go back to the house, and she's reading a fucking book.
That is so epic, dude.
Like that's the kind of stuff I'm gonna talk. Point out the ridiculousness of certain things, and still, but and then we could have ridiculous things in it and still be fun,
Definitely.
Oh
man,
yeah.
Definitely. Well, rock on, dude. That sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Make sure you tune into that, and we'll get links up for you guys to be able to check him out wherever he's at doing it. Otherwise, how can we find you, man?
Well, right now on Twitch, or Twitter rather, under the Bloody Binge podcast. I've got a Facebook group, Bloody Binge Podcast, and I did start a Twitch channel for the Bloody Binge podcast that we can stream over there. I'm gonna try to do like you guys, like we do here with Mats and Monsters and that, and try to stream on multiple platforms and try to be as accessible as I possibly can.
That's the way to be, man. Honestly, that is definitely the way to do it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Bloody Binge podcast is where you can find me on most places.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking awesome. What about you, Matt? Where can we find you?
You can find me on the Allight Network. Various shows like the D&D podcast. What was it? Allied Adventures.
Yep.
You can find
have one
me
coming up tomorrow.
The Twitch as well, streaming various games. Well, just right now we're just streaming WWE 2K24, and also Mats and Monsters, of course.
Hell
and
yeah,
all names are Matt Propz, just as you see it on the screen.
Hell yeah. And as usual, you can find me at your mom's house. I'll say hello to you in the morning. I'll be the guy holding your cereal.
Which, by the way, you can also find me here on Mats and Monsters now.
Yeah,
officially resident.
Officially. We're excited about that, man.
Oh, yes, we are, man.
But
it's
yeah,
been a great time.
Yeah. The only other thing we got on the network this week right now is Thursday for sure. We tomorrow or today, depending on what your time zone you're in. We have Allied Adventures with a different adventure. It's not my D&D adventure. It's Jason running us through some SCP adventures. So we're excited about premiering that tomorrow. But otherwise, not again until Sunday. So Sunday is going to be a fun day in general.
Oh yeah.
So don't forget, as usual, all of our shows are at 9 p.m. Eastern. The days of the week we're on, which is most days of the week. It seems like these days, more and more. I swear we come up with a new day of the week to start packing all the time. So otherwise, take us out, Matt.
I'm Matt.
And we're the monsters. We're
See you guys
we
later.
did better
We'll
this
get it.
time.
That
Yeah,
was
it
great. That was
better.
great.
It was better. All right, guys. Good night.
Night.
Yeah.